Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Boulder Talk Radio for the 8th of, I don't even know what day is it right now? It's the 8th of November, right? Remember the 8th of November, 2020. Yeah. Of course, my name is Matt Jarbo, and I'm here with Animancer, my co-host for the evening. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty fucking well. I'm going to be sucking the wine out of a fucking bag, so.
That sounds like a very Bostonian thing to do. When in doubt, just drink boxed wine.
Hey, I'm a quintessential New Englander, you know? That's the perspective I bring to this program.
Well, what's funny was my grandmother, when she was alive, she actually really was a big fan of boxed wine. And we always gave her shit for it. Because it was like, you know, why are you drinking wine out of a box? And she's like, have you tried it? Like, no. She's like, well, then shut the fuck up. I have tried. Yes, I have absolutely, positively tried wine out of a box. It's just like wine.
Yeah, except it's cheaper. So, like, that's why I don't get why so many people, like, diss on boxed wine, because it's literally just cheaper. Like, the packaging is cheaper for them to make, so therefore the wine gets to be cheaper.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing with that too is also, you know, the whole concept of a wine connoisseur is literally like the biggest grift on the planet. If you think political pundits are a grift, just get into like the wine snobbery scene. The people there that are just like, yes, have you tried the flavor? It's so almondy and just grape-like. I love it. It's just literally what they prefer at that moment in time. They just want to sound cool and sound like they know what the fuck is going on, when in reality they have absolutely zero idea.
And I feel like that's what a lot of bougie culture is, honestly. Like, when it comes to value in like items and objects and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. 100% it's like that. It's the stupidest damn thing that you could hear, because all these people are just like, you know, they want to sound smarter. They want to sound better. They want to sound like that they know what the fuck is going on. I mean, look, it's a lot of posturing. I think a lot of us here on the internet who do this kind of shit, we're used to it, to be fair. Like, you know, we are. Wait, what am I hearing in the background?
What?
Am I hearing that on my end, or do you have like another tab open?
No, I'm pretty sure I was muted when you just said that. So I mute myself whenever I'm not talking.
What am I hearing?
I don't hear anything, man. It must
be something on my end. Okay. Is I have an article up that's playing some noise? I don't know. Oh wait, there we go. That's why I have
I hate when articles fucking play videos.
No, dude. It was my bad. I have a tab up from YouTube. There's a certain RV stream that's currently being rated by 5.0 at the moment. So that's essentially what's happening with them. They are getting rated by 5.0. I just kind of had it up. We'll talk about that here, obviously, as the night goes on. I know Hondo is in the chat, and he's like, he was in my Discord very much, letting me know what's going down on that shit. So, all right, I'm dropping the link in the chat. We'll start getting people lined up for the call-ins. And then also, I'm going to be having voicemail set up to people who want to call and leave voicemails after, because we get a fair amount of that, right? I do. Like, there's a fair amount of that comes in after the fact. People that are just, they want to call me out on so many fucking things. So
now you can, yeah.
And I love that. I do. I really like that. I always find it funny. I always love reading the mean comments better than like the nice comments, because it shows you that at this point, like, I have A-logs, and I think that makes me just as a whole feel a lot better.
Sure,
but so it's been a couple days since we were on. And some stuff has happened, obviously, right? Some stuff has happened in regards to the current election, right? The current election has had very much an interesting turn of events, where it's
been absolutely fucking insane. Like, it's just been nonstop what's been on.
Oh yeah. Well, what I love about it is the fact that we have so much salt, so much seething, so much reeing, and so much coping from the right, that I almost feel somewhat guilty making fun of them. Because at this point, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. It really is. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Because at this point, it's over for Trump. Everyone knows it's over for Trump. America fired him. They got to the end of the season. They didn't want him anymore. You know, his policies were too shitty. His rhetoric too shitty. Now, granted, it was a narrow loss. I'll be fair. It was a narrow loss. But there's no fucking voter fraud. Like, and I love that shit that people are trying. Have you followed any of that voter fraud stuff? I'm assuming not. But it's like I talk about it on Twitter. Oh, we lost Animancer for a second, but I talk about it on Twitter a lot, and I get a lot of people that like to they go no, but they're like, but like this is happening, and it's all, yeah, but that's not necessarily what you think it is. And in many of the cases, when it comes to like the legal injunctions from the authority, like from the courts, and the courts throw out the cases because there's no merit. And in a couple of the cases, even the judges have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? Where's your evidence? They have none. It's all hyperbole. My favorite thing, too, is out of Nevada, where you had the one old woman, the 79-year-old woman that gets up there in that court case. That gets up there and she just goes like, she's like, but I went to the courthouse and they told me that somebody else had voted for me. And then you come to find out by reading into the story, yes, that happened. But she knows who did it, right? She knows who did it. So in essence, it's just like, and she doesn't want to press charges and she didn't want to recast her ballot. So it's like, well, what are you getting up there and complaining for? So what the fuck, man? What the ever-loving fuck? It's hysterical to me. Now, I'll tell you what's even more hysterical, and I brought this up. I was going to bring this up with Animancer. His internet just borked out, so he might be back in a few minutes. But this is something that popped up today. That Trump is apparently planning to hold a rally brandishing the obituaries of people he claimed voted. Now, this is an excellent tactic, in my opinion. It's hysterical to me, because when you talk about the levels of cope, and I mean the absolute utter levels of cope that are coming out of the Trump campaign and the Trump administration, that is great, because it's all an optics game. That's all it is. It's all an optics game. All he wants to do is find a way to keep his people thinking that he won and that it's an illegitimate election, and that maybe just somehow, some way they can find a way to make this work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. McConnell has said nothing. If McConnell had any inkling that this was not a legitimate election, he would come out and say something. Ted Cruz is just trying to save whatever's left of his career. We already know he cucked to Donald Trump 4 years ago. He's been cucking ever since. He wants to keep the MAGA people in for when he's going to run for re-election in 2024 and hopefully win. That's all it is, folks. That's literally all it is just trying to find a way to keep in power, because he knows Texas is going to be turning purple probably in the next presidential election. So it's like he knows what he has to do, and he wants to keep on. So he's coming out here now and he's defending Trump, and he knows everyone who pays attention to this from a legal perspective knows exactly what's going on. And the answer to that is fucking nothing. But Trump wants to come out here and brandish the obituaries of people he claims voted. Now, I'll tell you this on the other side of that too. What's on the other side of this has a lot to do with the fact that just because there are people out there that have voted illegally doesn't mean that their vote was counted. And that's the kicker. That's the key. And many of the instances that you found are coming in that have been proven voter fraud are from Republican sources, Republican sides. So that even happened in 2016. But I'll tell you this, though. I'll tell you this. What cracked me up the most about this whole situation is that it has now proven beyond a shadow of a doubt how the Democrats can always win. They have proven that with mail-in voting, and it being effective, safe, and secure, it can actually engage a base of people who didn't want to come the fuck out and wait in lines. Then you will see, this is my prediction, you will see over the course of the next 4 years, many states going to mail-in only elections. And that's going to be very fascinating. And just as a real quick caveat, a real quick side note before we move on. Here's the thing with Pennsylvania, because it gets brought up a lot. But they're finding ballots in Pennsylvania. No, they're not. They're counting ballots. Because the state legislative in Pennsylvania decided it would be a good idea to write in the new law that they counted the mail-in ballots last, because they wanted that red mirage or that blue shift, whatever you want to call it, to work in Trump's favor on election night, hoping to get enough electoral votes, as I've said before multiple times, to force Biden to concede. And it failed. It failed terribly. And now we are where we are with Vice President-elect Joe Biden and President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. So last night was fascinating on that front. It was very fascinating on that front. Okay. So I also want to agree with Hondo here. I also love everybody in chat. Even if you don't like me, that's okay. I appreciate you guys being here. Okay. Kat says here, Trump won. You haven't accepted it yet. That's funny. I didn't know we lived in a fucking alternate reality. Ultron here says no one's going to sit and recount thousands of ballots, man. Actually, that's not true, Ultron. They can. And it's true. If I believe it's like a 1% or 0.5% between the two, right? If the vote is like that different, like that close, that razor thin, it automatically triggers a recount. The Trump campaign can actually pay to have recounts done in these states. They can pay the money. They have to pay the money in order to do that. The problem, though, is that the Trump campaign is broke as fuck. The Trump campaign is absolutely 100% broke as fuck. They've blown through over $1 billion. This came out weeks before the election. They blew through $1 billion. They don't have the money to pay for these recounts. This legal defense fund that they're putting out right now, this money that they're trying to get through these very aggressive, guilt-stricken letters that they're emailing to people, the fine print tells you that only half of what comes in, all the donations is going to go to the legal fees. The other half is going to go to debt relief for the campaign that Trump cannot pay for. This whole thing, I'm telling you guys, this whole thing is so bad for Trump. So bad for Trump. I'm just saying. So, no, Euros, I just brought that up. Yeah, I just brought that up, man. All I'm saying is this, is like, look, it's over. It's over. It's over. There's no going back. But does that mean that Trump is gone? Hell no. Will he continue to hold rallies? Hell yeah. Is he going to run in 2024? No. But he's going to want to make sure that he has a seat at the table. He's going to want to make sure that he's got some kind of protection because he's going to need protection. He is absolutely positively going to need protection from what's coming next, which is the Southern District of New York, which is the Attorney General of New York, which is a number of other lawsuits that are going to be coming to his desk, and everything else as we get past this. The fact that the Trump organization is most likely going to have to dissolve, just like the Trump charity did, because it was literally busted stealing money from kids. It used funds that they were raising for children to buy paintings of Trump, to buy a fucking commemorative helmet. They had to pay $2 million and dissolve the charity and promise this would be like Ivanka and Don Jr. and Eric to never serve on the board of directors of a charity in New York ever the fuck again. That is real. That kind of corruption, and I don't want to hear any of this fucking oh no, our guy is great. Trump is awesome. It's all just Democratic collusion and shit. Fuck you. No, it's absolutely he did all of these things and way worse, as you've been finding out. So it cracks me the fuck up just in general, because this is where we find ourselves. So, all right, let's see here. All right, feel free. Look, World Wide Web, it's coming. You can stop spamming that in the fucking chat. Jesus Christ, dude. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm trying to get the chats going here pretty quick. So let's see here. And let me just take a quick look here on my side. All right. There we go. And okay. So I'm just adding a couple extra mods that are here. Okay, cool beans. Appreciate it. All right. And Mad Max Entertainment, I see in there, buddy. How you doing? Okay, so why don't we go to the we're going to talk about RV, and we're going to talk about the RV and Vaush. We are going to talk about the RV and Vaush. The Vaush situation is what the fuck, 100%. And yeah, so all right. Let me just I think I'm also coming in from I also have what's it called? Twitch. I'm also not Twitch, Periscope. I think I'm on Periscope too, because I decided to try some shit. I don't know how it works. I wanted to see how it works. Anyway, oh yeah, what do you know? I can see it right now. Cool beans. All right, let's get to the first caller of the night. Let's really quick, because I know you probably won't be on for too long. What's going on, Max? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm all right. I was about to go to bed, and I saw you going live with a hot one. Your ratio's doing really good, Matt.
Oh, I don't care about the ratio, dude.
I don't.
I don't care about...
Obi-Wan's here.
I don't care about the ratio at all, man. It's always hysterical to me that people care. I mean, it's funny because it's just stupid at this point. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
Well, I'm losing, I'm not a fan of him. I'm not against him, but I lose a lot of respect when you put yourself ahead of the country and how the world views America, and it's very if he's absolutely wrong, it's really a sore loser. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, he did. He didn't win. He lost. I mean, like, there's no question about it at this point.
No, there could be fraud on both sides. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy stuff. I always support it going more. I don't have any problems with stricter rules. I don't.
Okay.
But saying that stop the vote and stuff like that, that's real dangerous.
Well, in one state they're saying stop the vote where he's losing.
Yeah.
Where he was winning, they're saying stop the vote. In a state where he was losing, they say keep the vote, keep counting. I
just did a video on Pedro Pascal, how they're flipping out about him, which he just did a meme. Yeah, I know. I saw the meme. So for those of you who don't know, Pedro Pascal is the Mandalorian on the show The Mandalorian, which is the best show on TV right now. 100%. And now they say he's boring. That's the narrative they're spinning because they don't like what he said. Yeah, so there's a SJW move. There's
a group of incel movie fans, if you want to call them fans. They're called the Fandom Menace, right?
I'm calling them the Beta Boys now.
Okay, the Beta Boys.
Stand down and stand by.
Yeah, and these guys, they hate Star Wars. They hate Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. It's everything. Imagine, okay, here for this audience, imagine the more psychotic anti-SJW YouTubers from 2015 and 2016. Remember how absolutely fucking annoying we were at that time? And I'll include myself in that because I got pretty bad. But remember how annoying we were at that time, where like everything was problematic and we had to call it all out, to paraphrase Anita Sarkeesian? Mm-hmm. That's them now. That is them since literally The Last Jedi came out. And every single time that they find themselves in a position where things start to kind of calm down, they and maybe we're getting good Star Wars again, they have to find a way to flip it and then get mad at something. So it could be like a low level, food services, crafty person from Lucasfilm.
They have an agenda because I didn't even watch the Dumbcock video about ratings down. They have a new agenda. It's the crap on the Mandalorian, and this Pedro is he doesn't care what they say. He's laughing at them.
No, he's already gotten paid.
Yeah,
what are they gonna do?
and now they're simping for Gina. Although I'm simping for Carano.
Well, they're simping for Gina Carano because she was more or less like, she had her opinion. Fan. She had her opinion, and a lot of like the woke left Twitter didn't like it. So the woke left Twitter decided to attack her for it. And then so these guys kind of came to the rescue on that one. And I agree with their sentiment on that, to be fair. I think what she said was fine. I think people took it out of context because everything was just kind of heightened up at the moment. And then like she kind of trolled them a bit more by changing her pronouns to beep boop. And that just really triggered him because Pedro's got the he, him in his Twitter profile. And
just like the opposite. If you say anything that's even a little bit critical of them, you're instantly an SJW or socialist or communist. It's just the opposite side. And it's ridiculous. I mean, it's just a meme. I didn't agree with the meme. I don't think all MAGA supporters are like that. No, not at all. I do think that constantly putting rights, I always say rights over respect. You put your rights first ahead of being decent to other human beings constantly, and that's all you care about, just your rights to be an asshole. What do you do with your freedom of speech? Just spew garbage? It's always the same thing. It kind of reveals something, and it fosters an environment that could actually be attractive to the actual ists. I always say that the people at the Jeremy made a point to have a video with him, Nerdrotic, and then Ivan Ortega on there because it was, Ivan Ortega hasn't made a video with them forever.
You gotta understand, this audience doesn't know who the hell they are.
Yeah.
Right. Like they're not in that world. They're not in that world at all. Like these guys are like some of the people that are here probably that are disliking this video most likely would look at what like Geeks and Gamers does and absolutely just come all over it. You know what I mean? Like finally the guy tells the truth, like even though he's making it up as he goes along as well. So it is what it is on that one.
I've been watching his slow decline over his God's loss. His videos have been they're more erratic than normal. And he's like actually frustrated because he just keeps saying the same thing over and over and over. Like the Pedro Pascal video he did. He's like screaming, calling him a beta male and stuff. And he's saying he's calling Pedro a child.
Well, these again, there's no consistency with these people. There's literally, it's whatever is the easiest pathway to $1 is what it is. And that was actually something I wanted to bring up here later on. I forgot to grab the fucking screenshot, but the Biden campaign has put out this statement that it could potentially, in some aspects, maybe cause another adpocalypse. Now we're on the verge of that in a couple different ways. So
January's gonna be horrible.
January is gonna be fucking terrible.
If you're thinking about quitting YouTube, just quit in January.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not quitting. Matt's probably not gonna quit.
No, I like what I do, but you also have to be very careful. I can't go around calling everyone a cunt. Anyway, though, so basically the Biden transition website talked about this new task force that they're trying to build. They have a bunch of them, and one of them here is to establish a new task force on online harassment and abuse to focus on the connection between mass shootings, online harassment, extremism, and violence against women. Now, the violence against women thing has everything to do with, I forget which, I think it was like 2013, Joe Biden helped get the Violence Against Women Act, I believe, renewed.
Okay.
And so like that's a big factor of like what he did as being a vice president. And so looking at this task force concept, at least based upon the headline, what does that mean? Well, they're talking about harassment and online abuse. Okay. And so who are they going to go after? They're going to go after some people who are very vocal and have vocal audiences, and anyone can come out there and just claim harassment and direct maybe this particular task force. And I say that because Reuters dropped an article yesterday talking about how they started tracking a whole bunch of YouTube channels that were putting out misinformation over the election. Yeah. And they caught a bunch of them on it, and like anyone ranging from 1,000 subscribers to, I believe, up to 629,000. So this is what the article is titled here: YouTube channels making money from ads membership to amplify Trump's voting fraud claims. And that's the subject line. That's the headline. And this was shared around even today. This is from 3 days ago. Sorry, but it was shared even today around on I think it was like Reuters Canada was like passing it around. So what it says here is one of the channels seen by Reuters is John Talks. And we know John Talks. John is a movie commentator who is now getting into political punditry on a movie commentator channel because, well, money. Shared two videos.
They've all gone that route.
Oh, they've all gone that way. They have to. He shared 2 videos on Thursday about alleged voter fraud in Michigan, a key battleground state in the election that Biden has won, and he generated more than 90,000 views in 8 hours. Which is good. That's, hey, for his metrics, that's fantastic. But the thing is that they found, all of this stuff in Google, right? And then they took these channels and they went to YouTube with it. This is what happened. They went to YouTube and they narked them out. And so it says here, Google said it was reviewing videos from the 9 channels as well as others and may suspend ads and membership sales, a penalty commonly known as demonetization if violations are found. And we know right now, looking at the current state of things, looking at the current situation, we see that there are a number of people that are talking about this online. It's very popular. It's like algorithmic gold.
Well, here's something else that Jeremy said that was crazy, and I didn't even do a reaction to it. He said, I'm for democracy. If he lost, he lost. But after all they gave Trump saying he's an ist and all these years, he should just stay where he's at because he can. I'm like, what? That's what he actually said in the video, legit to his audience. He should just stay where because he has all the power. I'm like,
like saying that Trump has all the power?
Yeah, that he should just stay where he's at.
He doesn't have the
people are behind him.
Oh my God!
That's the kind of stuff I'm saying. He's always been.
That's so.
But he's getting on edge. He's going.
Well, that's stupid because he doesn't know how the law works. He doesn't know how the Constitution works. This is a guy from Floribama, right? From Pensacola, that has the fucking IQ of a goddamn Sprite. It's just he doesn't know how any of this shit works, and it's just he runs all these But what he does is this is a guy who takes Trumpian tactics. Okay, he takes Trumpian tactics, and he comes out there and he'll make baseless attacks. He never backs them up with information or evidence. But then if you question him on something, he flips it around. He's really good at that. He flips it around on you and makes it all about how, you're coming after him for having an opinion with taking zero responsibility for even speaking. And that's the kind of shit that I'm telling you right now in 2021, is going to get nuked the fuck from orbit.
I agree. I think you're on to something. I could see it coming already. The signs are with the if you do comment on political stuff, they say here's the facts. Google under the video right away.
Yeah, well, and they're going to keep doing that too. But then it's just good. The thing is like the fandom menace is very similar to the MAGA to MAGA country because they have a lot of the same people.
I mean, let's not.
No, I'm not calling them ists or anything. I'm not saying that they're ists. I'm just saying that the audience is there's a lot of overlap.
Are they really about fandom or are they MAGA menace on YouTube? Really?
If you listen to what they say, it's just ridiculous nonsense half the time. Anyway, they take.
But that's really what they're the biggest fans of. If you go through the comment, I'm not everyone in it.
Well, it's like I said to this audience, it's like the anti-SJW crowd from 2015, 2016. When it was at its height. It's fucking annoying. It's cringy as shit. And that is the world that they live in. But because it's not politics and because it's pop culture entertainment, it's kind of like when everyone got mad with feminists moving on in on gaming. And like that, there was the response to Anita back then as well. It's the same concept. Now, these guys are just the more annoying ones where everything is a microaggression. Everything is something that triggers them. And they act like they are not SJWs when they are 100% SJWs.
And then their go-to thing is, well, you're not talented, and I'm like, come on. Most of these are a bunch of losers that can only make it on YouTube.
And that's the thing. That's the other side of this as well, is you have this group of people that if you corner them, their response is, well, I get more views than you do, right? Like as if it's a metric to defend against criticism. And that's one of the reasons why they fucking hate me. Because I don't care. And I tell them how I feel anyway. So it is what it is on that front. But hey, man, I'm going to let you go because I got a lot of people that are lined up in here.
That's good. Thanks for having me on. Chat, show some love like you've done so far. This video.
Sure, I appreciate it. And check out what are you now? Movies Madness Entertainment? I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm sticking to it. Movie Madness Entertainment.
Okay, yeah. He does a lot of reaction videos. If you want to know more about these particular individuals, Max has a lot of videos reacting.
I actually did a gaming video tonight too.
Well, that's good, man. We're coming into a new gaming cycle, so maybe you can transition away from drama and talk about
I'll do both.
Video games.
Let's not kid ourselves.
All right, man. All right, Max.
Bye-bye.
All right, I'll see you later, buddy. Have a good one. Okay. So let's jump in real quick because I know Hondo is in here. Hey, what's up, man? You there?
Hey.
All right. Yeah, I can hear you, man. I can hear you. Just you don't have your usual avatar up there, so I didn't know that it was you.
No, it's a new account. I had to make one. Your fucking A-logs flagged me.
You said you were flagged. I just wanted to quickly point out I had nothing to do with it.
I mean, obviously. Actually, no. You did. I've been pay pigging you, right? And I feel like
why would I flag you? You've been pay pigging. Why would I flag you?
Yeah. No, I mean your haters, the A-logs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you got called out by PPP for like donating some money here and there.
They've called me out both a couple times, but yeah, I don't know which one of your fucking haters did. Yeah, like
I don't know. I don't even know what you did to get flagged.
I don't fucking know, man. Like all my videos are private. I never really like sent anything to anybody, but apparently they can just flag you based on comments. So whatever.
Well, I guess so, man. I guess so. It's a weird right now, dude. It's like literally with the pandemic and everyone working from home, and it's not hard to get channels taken down. I'm actually surprised that like this channel isn't gone yet, to be fair. Like, and I don't care. I mean, if it did, I would be like, all right,
I think they have special protections on you because you know how like YouTube auto jannies your chat.
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of like I think it's because when what happened 2 years ago happened, I got fucking straight up like we're talking like flagged to hell and back, dude. My channel was getting flagged left and right. They were bragging about it in Ralph's chat, his Discord. Real quick, my channel just became a new member. Thank you so much, my channel. Really appreciate that. Thank you for joining the Boulder Talk family. Of course, I'm going to be changing the channel specifics here very soon to new names, and we'll get some emotes and shit. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I got to have some Boulder emotes. I'm talking with an artist friend of mine right now, trying to get that shit done.
All right, before we get into the RV6, I want to ask you a question real quick.
Yes.
Will you let me hide in your attic? Will you keep me safe? Can I be your Aunt Frank? No homo. I need to ask.
I don't have an attic, but I have a crawl space.
All right, cool. I'll hide in your crawl space for when the fucking Harris Kamala, the cop, fucking comes to round up all the shit posters when they make red flag laws and start rounding up 4chaners and shit posters and Dude, I'm gonna be in jail. I'm gonna be in jail right next to Dingo, and I don't want that to happen. And as your number one pay pig and your third capo, all right. Like I know Adamancer is your number one capo, Underhaven's your second.
They're the same guy. They're the same guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Underhaven is his channel name. Adamancer is what he goes by.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. It's the same dude, same guy.
Hey, that's good news because now I get like your number 2 spot.
So yeah. I guess so, man. I guess so. There we go. That's how you do it. That's how you roll.
All right. So
but
number 2 capo, number 1 pay pig. I deserve that crawl space.
All right, you got fine. You can all right,
awesome.
Crawl space.
Awesome.
It does flood sometimes though. Just as I have a sump pump down there. It's
if Van Frank could do it, I can do it too.
She was in an attic though. She had to be real quiet in the daytime and then write about her pubic hair, which is true. She did. That was that got cut out of her fucking book, right?
Yeah, well, I thought it was her talking about pee or where pee came from or some shit.
Like, yeah, she would like just, she's a teenager. She's just writing down teenager thoughts. And then like her dad who got the diary was like editing shit. Like, he pulled out certain things, and so it's like, come on, man. Like, you're trying to tell this authentic story of a young girl hiding from the Nazis in an attic with her family. And like, she's going through like the trials and tribulations of puberty while hiding from Nazi death squads. And like, then you're going to go off and like, it becomes just like this national iconic thing. And then, we're going to cut out some passages, it'd be like if they tried
the Diary of Hondo.
The Diary of Hondo. So the whole things are like, my pubes are very soft. I scalded them today.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Let's see. Oh my God. Wait, Captain Maymer says they made an Anne Frank graphic novel. If you want to talk about tasteless, that's actually pretty fucking tasteless. That's pretty here. Lord Slug says the new Jarbo Cartel.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
I have no idea what you're talking about on that one. I have no idea at all what that is. Period. That's.
Hey, I have some more art. I got to show you after the show, but
okay. Yeah. So for those of you who have kind of been tuning into the show as we've been going on the last couple of weeks, we've been talking a bit about RV6 and how bad RV6 has gotten. And I tuned out for a couple of days because I stopped being interested in their antics. Baked Alaska, he maced another guy in the face. Like, this is what, the 5th dude? Right?
Oh,
like he's
sorry, I have to turn my fan off.
Sure.
I think it's a 6th.
He's maced a lot of people.
He's maced a lot of people. And so have his friends, dude. Like the people on that RV, all his little IRL streamers, they've all had fucking like mace counts. It's ridiculous.
That's I don't know if that's something Sanchez, that I want to brag
Sanchez
about.
Sanchez is back.
Wait, Sanchez is back?
He's back.
Wow.
Despite the fact he did all that shit, maced all those people, fucking run around harassing people, sexually harassing people. Like, no, they just let him out.
Well, they let him out, and then like he got his phone back, and he's out live streaming again, or what?
Yeah, he did one live stream, but that was about it. I don't think he talked much about what happened though.
Okay, I mean, like we all saw this is a kid, the 18-year-old kid who climbed up to the Queensboro Bridge in New York City, and like was up there live streaming it and like shooting mace off at people, and then just sitting up there and like making a ton of fucking money in super chats. While the NYPD shut down the bridge and then climbed up to go get him, and then he ended up getting arrested and everything. But then a couple days before this, he was in LA with Baked Alaska, and they maced a dude in Baked Alaska or in LA. So these guys, they just get themselves in a world of shit.
Oh yeah. Now for the big reveal of what happened tonight. Before we do, let's give your chat a quick recount of what happened. How would you describe the RV trip in just like a one paragraph? Like how would you?
A bunch of dudes who are traveling the country in a shitty ass RV, live streaming the whole thing. And, that one guy, Blade, pissing and shitting himself constantly.
Oh yeah. And then up too.
And then also Baked Alaska playing a diva role, throwing a diva tantrum every 5 fucking minutes. But what's funny is watching the different people leave the cast members leave. Like, who was the dude that they left at the vape shop?
Oh fuck! I think Carl. I could be wrong.
No, it's not Carl. It was Carl. Carl left on his own. I believe.
They've kicked off so many different people, and they keep getting like lower and lower quality people to come on. It got to the point where they started inviting meth heads and random fucking homeless guys in.
Well, and didn't they have like a so here's what I know about like last night or the other day I was reading about this. Baked Alaska left the RV and he flew back to LA to get his car in order to then travel to Arizona to help Trump win Arizona. Like he's on a fucking Blues Brothers mission from God or something.
Yeah, no, he's the reason we lost. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they're going to get arrested.
But the thing is, like, Baked isn't going to get arrested. But then at the same time, didn't he go to a party last night where like he was literally live streaming like people doing cocaine?
Yeah, he was literally live streaming a lot of degenerate shit. Keep in mind, this is a man who claims to be like a devout Catholic who had a change of heart, who left the alt-right, and now he's just a man of God who's going to get Trump elected and all this grifting shit. But yet he goes to these penthouse Vegas or LA, whatever the fuck, live parties, and he's just, filming people doing coke, slapping girls' asses when they're booty dancing, like with no pants on.
Did he get like 2 girls to make out? I saw a screenshot of that floating around.
Yeah, like a lot of degenerate shit. But that's
well, I mean, like, I'm not gonna argue with any of that, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I'm also not out there going like I'm a trad cath. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
like, I'm not going to have sex till I'm married, but it's like, like, let me just film these 2 girls making out for a while. Oh, hey, here's this cute redhead snorting coke. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it was kind of weird to watch him in that situation. I tuned in for a little bit last night, although it was difficult to watch him on Bitwave. And I like Xander, who runs Bitwave. But what cracked me up about that was he got booted off of YouTube, and then he got booted off of DLive. And then he had to go, and then I heard he lost his Streamlabs, which is where he did the text to speech, in order to make most of his money. So Streamlabs booted him off, and then he went to Bitwave, where he realized he can't get booted off because the owner doesn't give a shit, and that would be Xander. And so you've just got this whole like hysterical situation where he's just like now been relegated to fucking Bitwave. So that's funny to me. That's hysterical to me.
Yeah, there's only one thing I know, and that's that that fucking RV must smell horrible, dude. Because like people have been throwing up all the time in it. They've been spilling drinks, spilling alcohol. Fucking Blade has pissed himself several times in the RV. It must smell fucking rancid, dude. Like I can't even imagine. But they need an exorcist by the time they're done, man. I just light the whole thing on fire. Like that fucking RV is confirmed to have COVID from Blade and a couple other guys in it. So
Blade left, but so he checked out yesterday, didn't he? He's like, I don't want to do none of this political shit.
Yeah, they replaced him with Johnny Boston, who's fucking worse. But
okay. Well, I love it here. Jen Zelria here says, need Kiwi Farms to keep up with all this. Look, I'm not going to lie. I did. That's where I went and got my update last night. Someone had written out this whole update. I'm like, okay, I can at least read this without having to see it. So, okay. Here's my question then. So you were telling me tonight in the Discord that some shit went down, some crazy shit went down. But I don't know the full story. I have some clips here, but I don't know the full story. So who's the dude who got beat up?
All right. I keep forgetting how to pronounce his name because like they just keep replacing everybody.
Is that Lulz? Lulz, is that it?
No. Lulz was the guy streaming it. The dude they're beating up, I believe, was Adel, or I think that's how you pronounce it. I keep
don't know.
Yeah, because there's just like so many people coming in and out of the fucking RV for the trip that I can't keep track of all these goddamn people. But all I know is they've literally tried to buy drugs with the camera on because they're that fucking stupid. Like the amount of degeneracy and retardation in this RV is just astounding. But here's my question though. Yes, it's degeneracy. Yes, it's craziness. It's all that stuff. But is it quality content? Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Because for one, we're talking about it. It's like this trip has been like a month. It's been like a month of this RV just going across the southern United States and like this, getting in trouble and then leaving the state, going someplace else where cops aren't in communication with one another. And then, but the internet's watching them. And then it's just all these shenanigans, all this craziness, all this, nut job shit. But they're putting on content. I mean, I got the stream up right now. All it is still just the cops because the cops are there. They deleted it. They knocked over. Well, no, they put down. It's who's up right now? It's Lulz. is up, and he's got 2,200 people watching him, and all it is just the phone is facing down on the couch.
Yeah, it's been facing down on the couch for like an hour now because the cops told him to drop it, so he dropped it. They're all right now.
Well, they dropped it.
RV.
Yeah, he dropped it, and then I saw the cop pick it up and like put it down because they had to get an angle going on, and then they just like did all that shit. But no one's there's nothing on screen, so no one's dropping any cash. So that's how that works. But so essentially, so what happened tonight is that you think that this guy.
Okay,
so fill me in.
Okay, so they're drunk. I don't know how much drug use they're doing, but it's pretty obvious. They're fucking doing something, man, like coke, pills, whatever. I don't know what the fuck they were on tonight, but they're definitely drunk. Now, what happened was there was this dude. I keep forgetting how to pronounce his name. Aldi? Yeah, Aldi. Fuck.
Okay, Aldi, yeah.
So Aldi gets jumped by like half the RV. Now, Johnny Boston is the Blade replacement. He's like this fat, pot-bellied, alcoholic, MAGA hat wearing guy who fucking horrible too, man. Like, this is the dude who got busted trying to buy coke off some Indian guy that they put on the RV, just for fucking content, just to have bodies fill in spaces because everyone keeps leaving the RV. So he gets jumped by him, and I forgot who else, their names. And he's on the floor. He's just out cold. Like they're kicking this guy while he's down, stomping on his head. They finally break up the fight. And so what do they do while this guy's just on the floor, drunk, knocked out? They start fucking with him. They start shaving his head, insulting him. And Dope District, the black guy on the RV who surprisingly stayed with them the entire time, like I'd imagine he'd be one of the first guys to leave. You just get fed up with everyone and shit, you just go. And so what he does is he grabs Adel by the feet, and I have all these videos up in your Discord, by the way, under the shitpost section.
Oh, there's we have an update on Dope actually right now, but we'll get to that. It's
so wait, we're talking about feet again?
No. We're not talking about feet. We're not talking about Hunter Biden. Although, as it's a quick caveat or side note to last night when Biden gave his acceptance speech for becoming president-elect. And then at the very end of it, he brought out his family, and the first person that came out was fucking Hunter.
Oh my god!
Right? And I just went like, I was watching my girlfriend. I'm like, they brought out Hunter. No fucking way! They brought out. And then I looked at her and said, if I was there, I would simply just yell out, Hunter, I'm a big fan of your work.
That is so horrible, dude.
Just to fucking like laugh. But they brought out Hunter Biden. As he's
famous now.
It's a total fuck you. To that. I'm sorry. That had to come up tonight.
It was, man. It was. Like, I've been staring at Hunter Biden's cock, no joke, with the rest of 4chan, trying to do some forensic shit to figure things out. Like, bring this asshole out on stage. The man who distracted from the fucking money laundering emails.
I'm surprised they didn't bring him out naked.
Yeah, they might as well have, man. Just one last one.
Yeah,
one last one, dude.
He should have just whipped it out right there. You know what I mean? I'm saying it's like I like you looking into this, like at covering it as much as I did. I spent more time looking at Hunter Biden's penis than I ever should have. I'm pretty sure I've seen his penis more than I've seen like Ron Jeremy's penis. And I've been legally watching pornography for over 20 years.
Am I the only one here who hasn't actually fucking?
Yeah, you're probably for the best. I'm just saying, it's like, that's why I made the joke about monsterhog.com. It's just the thing's massive.
It's large and in charge.
It's very much so. Anyway, we've talked enough about the dicks.
Yeah, seriously.
So anyway, back to RV6 because it did just get fucking real, by the way.
God damn. All right.
So I got some
real quick.
All right, so I've got a couple video clips here. I think they're in sequential order. We'll find out. This first one here, I think, is of the attack. I pulled this off of Twitter, so let's see what this has gone.
The video.
Bro, stop talking shit. Stop talking shit, bro. I tried.
No, not this one. This came afterwards.
Hey. What's up, nigga? Stop talking shit, though, nigga. What's up? Get the fuck back up there, nigga. What's up? Stop talking shit, little nigga. All that, I ain't say a word all fucking day, nigga. I ain't say a word all fucking day, nigga. I'm telling you, he's off limits right now. I don't give a fuck. Don't come to the party drunk, little bitch, nigga.
White privilege.
Hey, come back sober, nigga. You know what the fuck I be.
It's out of order, but we'll get to that in a second.
I'm done.
So okay, so that's the only clip I found. So, but that's the one that matters, I think, because that's the one where Dope knocked, hit him, and you could hear his head hit the side of the fucking RV.
Yeah, but that's not the big one. If you look in the Discord,
okay, let me see here.
Under the shitpost section, you'll see it.
All right.
It's I think it's like white trash fight or some shit. Like I labeled it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there's thirddegree.murder.mp4. You put that in there. Is that the one?
No. Scroll up.
Scroll up. Oh my god. Okay. Oh Jesus. Oh my god. Okay. Hold on. I don't want to show any actual violence. Because, is there actual violence in this clip? Let me just.
That's all Hunter Biden's penis. Don't worry.
Okay. They're jumping everybody, dude.
All right. So, it's because I need to be very careful. It's YouTube. So it's, okay. So the guy fight. I'm just kind of checking it out right here. There's no sound. Let me see here.
Yeah, let me open up Discord. I'll tell you which one.
I'm just. He's fighting some dude in a MAGA hat. And,
yeah. White trash RV fight MP4. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. And then. Jesus Christ, they're live streaming everything. All right, okay. It's a fight. It doesn't. It's okay. It's not bad. All right.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad. Okay. So this is the beforehand, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So this is when they're drunk and they're fighting.
Beforehand. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. I already showed one altercation. That's true, Captain. I did show one altercation. Yeah. I just want to make sure because I don't always know. It's one of those weird things, right? I just want to make sure my ass isn't going to get in trouble.
YouTube doesn't always know either. That's the crazy thing.
They don't always know. Yeah, they don't always look at the context of it. So it's kind of I'm uploading the clip right now. There's not really you just see. You just kind of see him fight. You just see them fight. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So and there's no sound on it, and it's just the one guy, Aldi. Is that his name?
Yeah, Aldi's the one that getting just stomped out by everybody.
Okay. So he got into a fight, and then I'll just play the other ones I got because this thing's taking forever to load. So I got this one right here. This is him on the ground after he fell down after that punch.
David, he did nothing wrong. Now, let's put blocks on the board Jesus was on. Thanks.
So they just got him. He's just down. He's knocked out. But you can see
who is this again?
This is
brain trauma or some shit.
Yeah. Well, so that's Aldi. So Euros definitely is being archived everywhere. So the idea there essentially is that they knocked him out. You can kind of see some blood on the ground there, and there are pictures that you put in the Discord. I'm not going to play them here or show them here, but there's just of the head injury, and it looks pretty kind of severe. So he's not dead, Mystic. He's not dead because I got another clip here, and this is from the police that are there, and this is what's going on.
Donated $3. A black man named Sean Guthrie attacked him and fled the scene. He is wearing a blue blazer and has dreadlocks. He has a gun. Yeah, he's not supposed to know what just happened.
Amazing. Holy shit. Imagine almost dying on a fucking YouTube stream.
Anything for quality content, right? No, it's just so ridiculous. So you can tell at that point they moved him from outside to inside, and they laid him down. What was interesting though is that blonde officer right there, the female officer. Apparently, she's got quite a few simps.
Oh
that were in the chat. I saw that pop up in a screenshot. So Dope, the guy who punched him.
Well, let me tell you what happened. We started playing clips out of order and all this shit, and it all
Okay. I thought I had it in order, but whatever. It's all good.
No. So here's what happened. They got into a fight in the RV. Everyone's drunk. They're all on drugs. Aldi gets the fuck stomped out of him. And while he's down, they're just fucking with him. They're shaving him, making fun of him, whatever. And Dope District grabs him by the feet and drags him out of the RV, saying that, oh no, he's got to go. And you'll see that in the clip titled "Third Degree Murder." A funny title, yeah. But so when he's dragging him out of the RV, his head goes straight from the RV to the street, just like right on the ground, just flops it, and that busted his head open. And we know it's really bad, right? This is like worse than a concussion because when the guy got up, like he couldn't even like formulate sentences or anything. Like he had fish eyes, man. Like one eye was going the other direction, the other eye was in the other, and they're over here freaking out. They don't know what to do, and they flop him back on the ground on the street. And then Dope District just starts. I don't like to use the word chimping out, but I mean,
well, then don't. But I know.
Oh my God!
Don't use that term. I know what you're trying to say.
Sorry.
So.
No racist. Okay, I had a black ex-girlfriend.
He got angry. Okay, like let's just go with that. There,
he was wailing on him. Yeah,
there we go on that one. So anyway,
yeah. So he kicks him. He kicks him. I don't know if it's his head or just the side of him. Like you'll see that in the clip titled "Kicking While Down" or something in the.
Okay,
Discord.
well, I'm not gonna play that. I think at this point we already know that it's down.
Yeah.
And he is,
Yeah. So he kicks him after he drops his head on the street, goes inside the RV, and to fast forward a little bit, basically everyone gets him up, sits him down, try to talk to him. He can't talk. He can't formulate sentences. He's just all fucked up. His brain's rattled. His head's leaking. There's blood on the street. They're freaking out, right? They're looking at his bone thinking, holy shit, is his skull cracked? Like, what's going on here, right? So you know what they do? They drag him back into the RV and he says, oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. You don't need an ambulance. You're fine. You just got to lay down and sleep. And keep in mind, you don't tell people to sleep when they're when they had a concussion. You don't. And he, at the very least, it's a concussion. Probably worse than that from the way he was just. Oh man, it was bad. It was bad. But the whole RV does every excuse possible to try and talk themselves out of calling a fucking EMS for him. But eventually they had to. Like even chat was like, dude, you killed this guy. Like, what's wrong? Get the ambulance, take him to a hospital. What are y'all doing? Like every text to speech is just screaming at them and calling Dope District the N-word for doing that. But eventually they're like, all right, we're gonna call the EMS. And they do, right? So they go get the EMS, and Dope District runs inside the RV, grabs his shit, and he just fucking books it. He just runs directly out on the street. You know, he got pulled aside by a few of the guys, including Baked Alaska, and they probably told him a few things, you know, like, hey, dude, look, you got to run. Or I don't know what they told him. My schizo theory is because they have drugs in the RV, they told him, look, dude, take the dope and leave. Unironically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my schizo theory. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know about, I mean, I know that there's been like talk of drugs. There's been talk of all this kind of stuff. I don't know. I just kind of catch updates here and there, but I will say this though. We have an update on dope.
All
we have an
right,
update on dope.
Sending the cops now. Thanks, homie. It's cold out here. I just want to go inside somewhere. Oh, here they are. I'm down. I'm down, man. I'm down. I'm down.
Fuck yeah, they got him! They got him!
I'm down.
Yes!
I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. My hands are together. I'm not resisting. They're together, sir. I'm not resisting. Any weapons on you, my man? No, sir. All right.
Yep. They got him. Ladies and gentlemen, they got him. So, and then I guess it's this
timeline of events, though. Hold up.
Okay.
The first person, this is going to get really funny, chat. This is going to get really funny. The first person to interact with the police back at the trailer park or fucking RV park place was Dope District. As Dope District was running out of the area, the cops are moving in and they stopped Dope. And the clip is actually in the Discord.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, Dope got caught lying to the police. They asked him, like, hey, do you know anything about a fight or an RV or anybody injured? And he was like, what? No, man, I'm just out here walking around. Like, I don't know anything. And they kind of ignored it and went to the RV. And then he just fucking booked it. He just ran. He hid, he live streamed himself hiding. It was crazy. And that's how he kind of made it out of that situation.
Now, what city are they in right now?
I think they're in Vegas.
Yeah, it looked like Vegas. So they made their way back. It was right, because they were making their way back to California. Okay, I know I downloaded the clip and for some reason it's not allowing me to upload it. Oh, there we go. Dope District line of cops. Okay, let me see if I upload it. So what we have here is a situation of literally of examples of things that you don't want to do. You know, and I think honestly, after this situation, especially if Aldi dies, which I hope he doesn't.
No, he's just
you can tell that
damage.
YouTube will crack down on a lot of this live stream shit.
Oh, that'll be a game changer, just like the YouTube shooter was.
Well, you missed it earlier, Animancer, because your internet crapped out. I was talking with a buddy of mine who called in about like the Biden team wanting to do a task force into online harassment.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Know,
that's
and
not.
it's like,
I doubt that's gonna happen, honestly, but.
No, it's one of those things where, I mean, look, but YouTube is going to overcorrect if they feel any kind of pressure from the government. Look at COPA, right?
Yeah,
the Child Online Private, COPA, right? Well, yeah, I think, that's a lot of what happened. So, okay, it's still uploading that clip right now, but ultimately, that's the way I see it. Is these guys they're fucking up everybody else. But hey, Bitwave will now find itself in a good position, I guess. He'll have to invest. He'll have to invest in servers, but. All right, so this is Dope District lying to the cops.
Dope. Bro, this shit's funny as fuck. Honestly, this shit's funny as fuck. Motherfucker had it coming to him. If you can't see that shit, then I don't know, bro. What's up, dog? Nah.
This is
I gotta
poorly
respect
put
you
together
for
as
that
one
shit,
of my streams. Okay.
Of course he's gonna press charges and shit. He's a fucking pussy.
You are what you eat.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, sir.
My officer said they just seen you walk out of the RV.
I just been walking around here.
Do you have an RV here?
No, sir, I don't. I have a room.
You have a room where?
At the Trump Towers.
At the Trump Tower? So what are you doing in an RV?
I was just over here live streaming.
Live streaming?
Yeah, I walk around all around the area.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Metro's come out. Okay, Metro's come.
Well,
Metro's here.
You got a report there was a fight. Do you know anything about that?
Okay,
Yes, sir.
All right, well, just hang tight.
Okay.
Wow, just did it on live stream too, with recorded evidence. Jesus.
Are you in the call?
I did not call.
No?
I didn't even know what's going on.
Are you aware of something happening in here right now?
Yeah, we're just 440 patrol.
We'll drive you.
Yeah. Copy. So he wasn't in the RV. He walked out of the RV. He walked out of the RV? Yes. Okay, all right, well, I'm going to just head out since you're not a guest of the hotel. Thank you.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. So that's the full timeline.
Oh, okay. So we got it a little bit out of order there. Oh my god.
Yeah, you got it way out of order, but so that's basically what happened. Aldi gets jumped by the RV. Dope District accidentally almost kills him. Takes off running, runs into the police who came to help Aldi, just for him to lie his way out of getting arrested or at the very least getting detained. Runs off, and now thanks to Matt showing us, they finally caught his ass.
Well, yeah, they knew what they were looking for at that point. I guarantee you, the thing that he didn't do, which is what he should have done, is as soon as he got away, take off that fucking hoodie. You know what I mean? Like change your appearance, stash your bag somewhere, hope to God come out to get it later on. I mean, like that's what you should have done. He didn't because he's an idiot. But ultimately, and I'm happy he got busted, by the way, because he fucking dude, like
he's hurt a lot of people.
He hurt a lot of people, like, and they were. It was escalation over the course of the past couple weeks. This shit was gonna fucking happen.
Yeah,
like
he's
regardless,
people. He's fought people. Like he literally hit 3 women. Like a man doesn't hit a woman, and he aggressed that situation. Like at the gas station. Remember?
Yeah. Because there was that incident where like Baked maced the dude at the gas station because they were Keemstarring everything. That's when he just that is
Content
like it's
spray.
Yeah. They kept doing all that kind of crap, and then from there they went and like the women came up to the door, and then Dope ran out, and then attacked him and shit. So it's just like, it's been a mess. And now that, it's effectively over. That RV is a crime scene at this point.
It's done.
The RV is absolutely a crime scene. These guys are all going to go home. Honest to God, like Blade had a great idea for bailing out yesterday. And then also Baked had the good idea to take off as well.
Well, he's back. He was there. He came back.
Oh, he came back? Oh, I didn't know he came back. Oh, okay.
He was there the entire time. He was the one talking to the police, and they all snitched on him, by the way. Like, if you saw the live stream, they were taking each individual member of the RV aside, interviewing them, and every time they went to go talk to the police, that person would deactivate their mic while they were talking to the cops. And they all said, oh, we're not snitching on dope. We're not snitching. No, they snitched. They definitely snitched. No one's going to fucking go to jail for Baked Alaska.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to follow the chat right now on the live stream.
Seems impossible with how fast it fucking goes.
Well, it's 2,509 people watching right now, and I literally cannot. Hold on. Metro Bulletin: 1 dead after altercation in RV park, 12:44 a.m.
No.
Hold on.
Hold
on.
No. Oh my God. This is it. We called it, Matt.
Yeah. I'm just trying to give LAPD or LVPD.
Las Vegas.
God, is this the right one? No, it's fucking Roblox.
See, as sad as this is, if this actually ends up being the fucking person that we're thinking of, then this is going to change YouTube. And unfortunately, it's going to, for a lot of people, it's going to take something like this for them to realize, like, maybe the shit that we're doing for all this views and fucking super chats and shit, maybe it's not that fucking good. Like, maybe you shouldn't, like, make money on YouTube to the expense of literally anything and everyone else.
Well, I don't know where to look this information up, like where do you find the blotter?
I just want to say, like, as an outsider looking in, I have no idea the context of this situation. It's all fucking insane to me. And honestly, just looking at all this shit, it seems like it's one big fucking anime. Like, there's a bunch of fucking arcs. Like, sometimes people become friends and then they become enemies later down the line. It's got a bunch of fucking, like, I don't know. It's really fucking intriguing. And I see why people get pulled into this type of shit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I don't even know what to look for here. Someone's got to know about this because they're saying it in the chat. I don't know if it's true. I can't confirm.
It could just be bullshit. Yeah,
it could just be bullshit.
I think they're just screwing with us.
It might. Just one person keeps spamming it over and over and over again. So maybe that's not the case.
Yeah, spammers.
Well,
we called it that. If it's true, remember when we said on
they're going to get somebody killed?
Yeah, that it's not going to stop till someone dies.
Exactly. That's what I've heard a lot of people talking about. Like, the only thing I've heard in the context of this community consistently is like, yeah, things are going to keep getting worse until someone fucking gets killed. And if that ends up being what this is, then we're on like the cusp of a monumental fucking YouTube moment here. And it sucks that someone had to fucking die.
Well, I mean, he looked fucking injured. I'm not gonna lie, he looked really fucking injured.
Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, if he's not fucking gonna die, then it's possible he'll be fucking disabled for life, and even that should drive home an important fucking statement to people.
Well, they tried covering it up. Lols, he privated the stream, and I think and deleted it or some shit. So I couldn't grab.
Oh, that's the Streisand effect right there. Yeah.
No, like I couldn't grab the clip in time when they're propping up Aldi and they're looking at him with the camera and checking to see if he's all right, and he's just like a dead fish, man. Like, his eyes aren't in focus. He can't formulate sentences. His motor function's just completely gone. He looked bad. Like, he looked really, really bad. And the fact they had to stomp on him after they freaking beat him up and threw him out of the RV too, man. That's like second-degree homicide right there. I'm sorry.
And you know what the craziest thing is this is one of the most successful, most revenue-generating fucking things that there is on YouTube right now.
Yeah, and it won't stop. I know you're being optimistic, by saying, oh, it's going to stop. YouTube will stop.
Oh, no, I don't think it will. I don't think it will. People will find a new way to exploit it in different ways. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as there will be low IQ people like Baked Alaska and his crew, there will always be these guys who are chasing content, who want the money and the super berries. It's going to go on forever. Maybe YouTube will stop it on this platform, but I don't think it's going to stop altogether.
Well, no, there's always
someone says here, and like, because there's a website they have. It's basically like a Reddit ripoff. It's called IP2always.win, like I pay to always win or whatever.
Yeah, that's the Kiwi Farms. That's
that's their version of Reddit. And they said here, the sad thing about it is that all these deaths will be attributed to COVID. So we won't be sure what actually happened.
Fuck.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. I'm just trying to see if they, I mean, again, you're looking at like a whole bunch of people spamming all this shit on here. So it's hard to tell what is what right now.
Just play the videos of them beating them up.
No, I'm not playing the video. We played one. No, because like for one, like the second video at this point would be kind of like pointless, only because. Okay, hold on. I do have it uploaded here. We'll fucking check it out.
It's just the whole thing in sequence right now. Come on.
I'm not gonna go back through and rewatch all this shit. But here, we'll do this one. All right. Well, here we go. This is literally the fucking thing. Like, this is it. There's no sound. You know, white trash dude versus white trash dude in a MAGA hat fighting each other, and that's about it.
I think when the shit finally finishes, that there's a lot of views to be found in someone who just bothers to go through and make like a highlights reel of all the crazy fucking shit that happened during this trip, because clearly it's something that interests a lot of people.
Well, no, it is. It really is. You've got I know a couple of the clip channels are doing that. They actually haven't been watching anything else outside of RV6, just clipping the interesting bits.
That's fucking sad.
Oh, jeez. Like, come on, man. You got 4 people on you. Just stay down, dumbass.
People throw around the word fucking degenerate really easily, but this is true degeneracy. Like,
well, look at the mirror. If you can see the mirror in the background, right? If someone stands in front of it, I don't know if they're choking him, but someone had written on that mirror, say the N-word.
They're choking this chicken.
Maybe. Yeah, the dude in the MAGA hat was dropping M-bombs saying that he wanted to fight the Dope District after he did that to Aldi.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, these guys are all like, you know, they were in Arizona yesterday, and like Catboy Cammy was out there talking about like Catboy Cammy flew from Australia to go to like a Trump rally in fucking Phoenix, and was out there making a whole comment about the Jews. Did you see that?
No, there's just so many of those clips.
Oh my, that clip was no, but then like Dope and him met up, and then like Dope, Catboy's all like, you know, dance like a monkey, and then Dope was dancing, you know, like the most racist thing I've ever seen. They're like, it's fucking funny, dude. Like, I mean, that's the world they live in.
You know, what's really interesting about that is that people who are both, you know, politically correct and not so, they both give so much power to one fucking word.
Yeah, well,
like they either think it's the funniest shit ever or the worst thing ever. I don't get it.
Well, it was Euros here said that Catboy Cammy flew in to suck off Fuentes. Now, I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to deny that could be reality.
We both know that happened. We both know that happened.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Let them be happy in their weird, racist, white nationalist, gay love embrace. Screw it. So this is a whole thing. This whole RV trip has been fucking insane. This whole RV trip has been nuts. And it's got to be over now. Like this, anyone who's left after this is gonna, like, they're all just gonna flee like rats. So that's
play the other clips.
I'm not gonna have to download them and then I have to upload them. That shit takes forever.
Okay, fine.
Because you didn't really give me any. You just gave me third degree murder clip. I don't even know what the fuck is on this one.
That's the one from the perfect angle where you can see Dope District drag him out of the RV and he pops his head just right on the freaking street.
Okay. Well,
and then the other one,
I gotta check.
He kicks him while he's down.
We saw him kick him while he's down, I think.
Yeah. Well, no, you didn't see the part where he kicks him as he's going back into the RV. You just saw the part where he's getting angry.
I've got enough of an idea of what happened, you know. Like,
don't you want all the gruesome details, Matt?
Matt's sharing stuff. Phil was freaking DM Steely.
Oh my god, yeah.
Boulder Talk Radio.
Oh fuck! What the fuck, man?
Show him murder clips.
I just wanted to talk about fucking Trump losing the election. That's all that is. Yeah, it's a brief clip. It's not that bad, but at the same time, I'm just like, I'm not going to do it.
All right, fine, whatever.
I have to draw the line somewhere. It's you know, you guys can find this on IP2always.win. You can find it there, I guess.
And Kiwi Farms.
And Kiwi Farms is going to have it. They're going to have all of it up there. They're going to be let's see here. Okay. So according to someone from Kiwi Farms, Baked, Casey, and Puma, I don't know who Casey and Puma are, escaped before the cops showed up and let Lulz, Johnny, Shooter, and Dope get arrested. The cops are looking for them right now. They turned off the stream to hide from IP2 doxing them to the cops. Because the cops did say that they were watching the live streams.
Yeah.
The cops did say that they were watching the live streams. So
well, it's the one that told you that, dude. That,
yeah.
A-logs reported to the state police in every state that they're in. And state police reports to the local authorities.
Oh my God.
So they've been watching Bake for a while now. I just don't think they had the resources or manpower or energy to really deal with it.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy, dude. You know what really sucks though about the whole goddamn situation with Las Vegas and the police is that you really like ever since the Las Vegas shooting 3 years ago, they actually disabled their police scanner for public use, for public listening. They got rid of it because there was a lot of fake information that was coming out about there being a second shooter. Let's see here. Do we know the address of which RV park they're in?
I think the RV got arrested.
No, but they were in an RV park.
They left the RV park, and while they were driving down the road, the cops stopped them again.
Okay.
What happened was after they took away Aldi into the hospital, and Dope was running away, they all got in the RV, and the cops told them, "Look, the owner is kicking y'all out. You're not supposed to be making this much noise at night. Y'all need to leave. This is like y'all are literally committing crime." Right? So they got in the RV, and as they were driving away, I guess they must have got the idea from chat, and the A-logs that Baked has, that hey, you need to pull them over. They're drinking and driving. So they pulled them over, ordered everybody out, and it was crazy too. Like because it was like what you saw in the early reactions with the police. The police are being friendly, but once they realized, oh, they're criminals, they just kind of like changed their whole attitude. And it's been the same cops too. The same guy that arrested Dope District was actually there in the previous two encounters with them. And that's what's amazing about it. Like, I recognize that cop. So, yeah, these fucking police are just fed up with them already, which is amazing. But, yeah, they got arrested while they're driving down the road, I think.
That's, okay. I don't know. Let's see here. Let me listen to the audio. I don't hear anything inside the RV right now. I'm reading the chat. It's kind of slowed down a little bit, but at the same time, you have no idea what the fuck's going on. So, I guess at this point, it's kind of like, well, we don't know what the fuck is happening.
Were you about to fucking check the obituaries, Matt?
No, I wasn't checking the obituaries. I was looking to see like if I knew the address of where they got pulled over at. You can actually like find the police blotter will tell you what the call was. So it's like there's one from like 7:57 p.m. of apparently an assault. But I don't know the address of where they're at, and it's kind of weird. So it doesn't say what it is yet. So we don't quite know what the cops are saying. But they did actually. This is interesting. This website has got an area most wanted part of it, where they have the most wanted woman in Las Vegas right now is a 30-year-old Chinese woman named Yang King Yi, and she is wanted because she acted as an agent of a foreign government, visa fraud, making false statements, and conspiracy.
That's so clearly Baked Alaska, right?
That's not Baked Alaska. That could be Baked Alaska. We should tell them like that's the name to use.
Yeah.
Shidoko asks if there's any media reporting on this. No one's going to give a fuck right now. If there's a dead body, it's a different story, because if it bleeds, it leads. But right now, it's literally just YouTube fuckery.
Well, I mean, it all happened like 3 to 4 hours ago, so like it's all still new.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So I think at this point we've kind of, exhausted this particular story.
Yeah. I'll hop off then.
All right, man. Well, hey, thank you for keeping us updated. Again, this is some crazy shit. The fact that they lied to the cops while they were live streaming, it's all going to be used against them in evidence. It's all going to be used against them when it comes down to the courts.
Yep. The A-logs finally won.
Yep. I guess this is why you never do shit fucking wild. You never do it live, man. You never do it live. Bill O'Reilly was wrong.
Yeah, except for Boulder Talk Radio.
Yeah, well, Boulder Talk, that's a different story. I'm alone in my room, and my family is asleep, so it's a little different scenario right now. I'm not out cruising Olympia, Washington, going like, hey, let's lock some homeless people.
Matt, you are literally streaming a man being murdered. You are
no. He is currently.
Blood.
I have not. I've gotten one $2 channel member this evening.
Doesn't
because
matter.
of how many times I've said cunt tonight, this video will be absolutely demonetized. So there we go.
All right, take care.
All right, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate that. All right. Holy fucking shit. That was insane.
That was quite the tangent. Yeah.
That's an interesting way to kind of spend half the show. So let's get into the to the last couple people that are here. We'll take some quick calls. I'll drop the link one more time if people want to come on in, and we'll do it like that. All right. Oop, nope, that's not the right link. That is the voicemail number because I'm a moron. All right, let me get the right one.
I fucking hate bourbon, dude.
Well, why are you drinking bourbon? I thought you were drinking wine. Why are you drinking bourbon?
You know, there wasn't enough in that fucking bag, so I got some bourbon.
So you went from wine to bourbon.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill yourself. That shit's fucking terrible. It's like, it's. I mean, well, I don't know if you're a diabetic. You should be fine then.
No, I'm not a fucking diabetic. But
Okay.
here's the fucking thing: I hate bourbon. I fucking can't stand that shit. But I've had it on the past 3 times that we've been on this show. I've done at least one fucking shot.
Well, I do it sober because I feel like it.
Oh man, dude.
Okay, and everyone's going after Vaush right now. All right, let's quickly bring in Futternut's been waiting for a while. I know Futternut. Are you awake, Futternut? Are you
Yeah.
Okay. Because the last time, yeah, you passed out last time. That was pretty funny.
Oh, well. Shit happens.
So anyway, what's on your mind, man?
All right. Well, I came on because of the whole did Trump get fired thing. Here's my question.
Yes.
Well, actually, here's my question. I don't know if it's enough to change the actual election or not, but there's multiple things that are just not right about this election. And I am not saying it's just because I like Trump or like Biden or whatever. But the thing with poll watchers being ousted out.
No, the thing is the poll watchers.
No, there's multiple reports where
there's
the only poll watchers that were allowed in were Democrat poll watchers.
Let's see here. Let me take a look here. Because if I recall, that's been debunked. Because there was one situation where there was one Republican poll watcher who left voluntarily. And let's see here. Okay. All right. Forbes.com. Trump and allies keep claiming Republican poll watchers were banned, and that's a lie. Saying President Donald Trump, during an address to the nation, attempted to delegitimize and attack the integrity of the 2020 election by falsely asserting that the election officials in Pennsylvania and Michigan tried to ban Republican observers. They've made that accusation with zero evidence. And that's the fact here. That's the key here. They keep saying all this shit, and there's no evidence. There's no evidence. A lot of the times, if you're watching something and people are outside chanting, wanting to come on in, and they close up the fucking windows, because those are people that were outside chanting, wanting to get in. They weren't officials. So it's like there's a lot of things here that just they don't add up in regards to the accusations.
There's some that do add up, though. The software glitch, and granted, I'm not saying that is fraud and
I'm fine with the software glitch being looked at, but the votes that were glitched were caught, and then
6,000 votes. They called a Democrat that had to be turned over to a Republican.
Yeah, and it was fixed.
So
I mean, again, I'm not against an independent audit of anything.
And that's what I'm saying is, I hear on both sides. I hear on the Trump side, oh, well, it was all rigged and everybody's out to get him. Whatever. That's cool. And then I hear on Biden's side, oh, well, Trump's just being a sore loser. And it's like, well, let's just hold on here. What is it going to hurt to have them independently hand counted? Granted, it's a lot of money, and Trump's going to have to come up with that money. But if it was all done legit and nothing fucked up, what's it going to hurt? What's there to hide?
I just kind of find it ironic because this same situation happened back in 2016, except it was a lot of people on the left wing, including Jill Stein, who was trying to say we need a fucking recount, and they raised a bunch of money for recounts in states, and it ended up amounting to nothing.
Yeah, they raised $2 million and then didn't even end up doing the recounts. Right, and now I remember that because that was a big thing of wait, did Jill Stein just fucking bilk people out of $2 million?
Jill Stein
Well, even if this was Biden and the positions were reversed, absolutely, I'd back him with the same thing. Like, let's get a recount. Or people that are 120 years old. There's been over 1,600 people in Pennsylvania that were over 100 years old that voted. If you look at like the demographic of Pennsylvania, they don't have 1,600 centurions.
Hold on.
You know what the concern is always going to be for people, though? Like, if this, let's say that an independent organization comes and reviews this election, if they end up concurring that, no, there wasn't fucking corruption in it, the people who support Donald Trump and are really, really into the idea that this election is corrupt, they're just going to say that that was a bought and paid for independent, supposedly, organization by the Democrats. Like, in the end, no one's really going to be happy with the results of this election, like, who isn't on the side that got the win, right?
Well, I've said that since even before the election, that this election would be, if Trump won, the left would be, oh, it was rigged. And if Biden wins, the right is going to be,
oh, of course, that's exactly what was going to happen, no matter what.
But I actually see absolutely no problems with it, independent organization, doing it.
No, I don't have an issue with that myself. I don't.
One
but it's
vote,
like
no machines, and hand check them.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. All the accusations that the Trump campaign has been putting out there have had no evidence to support it. You have even people like Chris Christie coming out saying, bring the evidence. You've got other Republicans that are coming out saying, bring the evidence, like, so show it. And they're not showing it. They just keep saying it, but they're not showing it. And then even then, you've had multiple situations with like taking these ideas to court, right? These lawsuits in there trying to stop the count or alter whatever the fuck they can. And judges are legitimately just throwing it out because there's no evidence to support these claims. That's a big factor in this that people on the right aren't talking about. It's that the Trump campaign is trying to run on this stuff and they're trying to run it through the courts, and the courts are saying, we got nothing here. But Trump keeps trying to say that this is legitimately what's happening without providing any evidence. He's losing his mind. Like, he's just losing his mind right now on Twitter. It's funny to read his tweets because they're so bad. You know, like he says, like, I won by a lot. No, you didn't.
No,
you didn't.
Even if he did, like, even if a recount comes in and he's declared the winner, I still wouldn't believe that he won by a lot. But in some of these counties, it's less than 1,000 votes.
In some of those counties, yeah, it is. And again, I'm not for those counties. If it's within that one, like what, that 1% margin, like I'm cool with it.
I think it's 0.5%.
But okay, yeah. So it's like the idea here is like, you know, trying to argue that like certain states, Wisconsin specifically, had a 109% voter turnout. How is that even possible? Because they were the information that they were pulling from to make those claims was from 2018. So they've had more people registered to vote. Today, for example, a big thing making its way around was that, oh my God, how can there be 5 million votes in Georgia when the state only has 3.9 million people? What the fuck is going on there? And then you look and you go, yeah, but you're showing us the population count of the country of Georgia. The state has 10 million people.
Oh my God.
And that was something that was going around today. So when you talk about this information that you're getting, and not just you, a lot of other people are getting it too.
Oh, and I'm not sitting here saying that my information is absolutely correct either. Like,
well, it's like, look at the Sharpie Gate situation. You know, like it's literally any port in a storm of fucking fabricated bullshit. You know, when they had the woman, I talked about this at the beginning of the thing too, when they had the woman in Nevada, that they brought out this, they carted out this 79-year-old sweet grandmother. And she's like, I was told that someone voted for me. I was told that. And they're like, voter fraud, Democratic collusion, demon rat operatives, all this Rush Limbaugh shit. And then you find out that she actually reported the story to the commission, to the voter commission. She went to the authorities about it. And she's like, okay, I think I know who did it. It was a person who I evicted. So she knows who did it. It wasn't voter fraud from the Democrats. It was voter fraud from a person she fucking booted out. So that's what I'm talking about. It's like, but the thing is, like, they touted her out there as this centerpiece, as this smoking gun evidence, when her story does not hold any water. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, here's the thing: is okay. Granted. And even when you talk election fraud or miscalculated votes, I don't think that all of them are just against Trump. I think there's just as much that might go on with the Trump side of invalid votes. But right now, Electoral College is 290 for Joe Biden. And that's because they called Pennsylvania.
Yeah, as they should.
But Pennsylvania was sitting there basically on the eve of election.
Yes, I knew that's exactly where you were going to go, and I love it. I love it. Because I'm going to tell you exactly what happened in fucking Pennsylvania. Okay, so check this out. Right, I did a little video clip the other day about why Trump is losing, and I expressly broke this whole thing down. But so here's what happened. You had 101 million people early vote in this country. 40 million people in person. 61 million people did mail-in ballots. All right. On a state-to-state basis, their laws were different in regards to how to process mail-in votes. The state legislature of Pennsylvania had created a new law that said, we are not going to count these mail-in ballots until after we count all in-person voting. Now, why did they do that? They did that for the same reason Trump spent the last few months invalidating mail-in voting. The reason why he told all of his supporters to go out on election day to create that red mirage. The whole point was to force as much numbers as they could to more or less to pad all the states, to make them all red, to make it look like they had a 280 electoral vote count. And that's exactly what one of the Trump campaign guys said on Fox News. And then that's what they wanted. They wanted to force Biden to concede. But here's what they didn't fucking realize. For one, the plan failed. It was always going to fail. Because in Pennsylvania, especially in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, two heavily Democratic neighborhoods or counties, they all sent their votes in. And then when all those people in Pennsylvania voted red and it looked like Trump was up 700,000 votes, that was before they counted a single mail-in ballot. And that's why those numbers kept ticking down, because the people who voted Democratic voted by mail. And so all of those votes started to come on in, and you just saw it tick and tick and tick and tick and tick. And that's what happened. That's why. And then the thing is, Trump's out there trying to argue, oh no, it's voter fraud. How is this happening? It's like, no, dude, this is called math. This is called them counting the votes. This is the state law that prevented them from counting them early. Florida counted early, the day before, actually, because they knew Florida was not even going to matter. But Pennsylvania, that's what happened. And so it's not that there's rampant voter fraud and that they find these ballots. It's literally that the state tried to fuck with the system to help Trump, and it backfired. That's what happened.
I'm not saying that it's going to be like, oh, they found all, like, it's not the voter fraud that would tell me that this is so egregious. It's things like, one, Pennsylvania, back to that, changing their laws of allowing late ballots to come in.
No late ballots came in. That's the thing. It wasn't that late ballots came in. It was they could not count the ballots until after the polls closed, until after they counted all of the in-person voting, which is why they didn't start counting until the middle of the night. That's why.
Well, I'll concede if I'm wrong, like, because I'm not in Pennsylvania. I don't know.
No, I get that. But that's the whole point. This is where you have people that are legitimately attempting to create a conspiracy because they have nothing else. They are trying to wrap their whole body in tinfoil and think that this is the norm. This is just coping with a loss because they don't understand that the plan didn't work. That's the thing. The Democrats, they were able to come out and go, look, COVID's a problem. In-person voting shouldn't be done. Vote by mail where you can. And what we saw was 75 million people vote by mail. Well, not 75. We saw many, many, many millions of people vote by mail that went to Democrats because these are coming in from largely Democratic areas.
And that's the thing. It was really important that the Democratic Party did that because otherwise they would have missed out on getting a lot of fucking votes if they didn't raise awareness of mail-in ballots, because a lot more Democratic voters take COVID seriously.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. It's like there's a reason why Democratic-led cities, well, not all of them, but some, have had, or at least Democrat-led states have had fewer COVID outbreaks because they're putting in these lockdown measures
The top 4 are Democratic.
Yeah, but a lot of those have really high population cities, and that's something a lot of people don't take into account.
No, even per capita, the top 4 are Democratic.
Okay,
yeah,
which
and
one?
okay, but where are those states are having, like, outside of New York and California, which had massive outbreaks in the beginning because we didn't fully understand things. Now we're seeing massive outbreaks in the South where the restrictions have been very light, and we're seeing them now in very red areas because there have been very light restrictions. I mean, just even looking at a study came out last week that talked about how 33,000 COVID cases were traced back to Donald Trump rallies. That led to roughly 700 deaths. One of them being Herman Cain. What? I mean, that was. I mean,
yep.
You look
and
at
that's for sure. Like, we know that for sure.
Yeah, we know that for sure because there's photos of him not wearing a mask at the rally in Ohio, whatever it was, that like Trump fought like tooth and nail, like the one where they thought 1 million people were going to show up and it was like 6,000 because all those kids from TikTok decided. And like,
he was tweeting out anti-mask shit the week before he fucking died, man.
And oh, by the way, his account has been tweeting out anti-mask shit after he died.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Like, and everyone gets mad at fucking Stan Lee's account for tweeting out since he's dead, but Stan Lee tweets out Marvel shit, and Herman Cain.
Well, the reason why some people are so much more anal about it is because people fucking love Stan Lee.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Anyway, man, I got about 15 minutes left on this thing. I gotta wrap it up. But Futternut, thanks for coming on. We got a lot more people coming on in here. Well, I didn't even see.
Alrighty.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Have a good one.
You too, man. We'll talk to you later. All right. Okay, we're just gonna rush through, get people through. All right, John, I know you've been waiting a while, man. Real quick, what's on your mind?
Oh, I heard you got a new show called Milk Cartons, No Mysteries.
It's not a new show, but I've been doing this true crime podcast called Milk Carton Mysteries. Yeah.
No, Milk Carton, No Mystery.
Well, it's not really. I guess that's somewhat accurate because I cover a lot of like crimes that have been like solved. So it's like
you're missing the joke. It's okay.
I am missing the
bad joke.
I don't get the joke. Yeah,
I don't get it either. So.
I don't get it. Oh, hey, thank you very much, Jenzel Ria became a new member. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. That's fucking awesome. Again, I'm going to be getting some new things. I guess because of that.
Turn off that pesky ad block.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Woo!
That's the stupidest fucking. I love that thing, but it's so dumb. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Denzel. All right. So, anyway, John, really quick, what's on your mind?
Oh, not much. I guess the RV thing's pretty much over with. The vote tallies. I mean, I posted in the chat. There's like 16 states or something that count the ballots after. 16 states after the polls close, and there's a ton of states that do that. Not just those 3, but those 3 were the swing states.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what people understand is they really can't recount the electronic votes because there's really no record of that. I mean, some states have a paper record, some states don't. I mean,
well, they're just going to want to recount the
mail-in stuff.
They're just going to recount the mail-in ones. And I mean, so here's the thing: if Georgia ends up going to Biden, who right now is only ahead by 10,000 votes, then that would put Biden at 306 and Trump 214, or it could put him at 230 to 290. Either way, electorally speaking, Trump is done.
Yeah. He Nevada and Arizona is enough to swing at 270. Then you got Georgia and Pennsylvania. So those states are, fortunately, he'll have enough to where Republicans are not going to do faithless electors and try to flip it to.
Yeah, well, I've heard a
Trump.
lot of like misinformation going around, like of people, like especially Republicans going out and comparing this to the 2000s election. Like, no, if you actually look into it, and I've heard a lot of Democrats afraid of this too, but no, if you actually look into it, like it's not here. The cases are not the fucking same. They wouldn't be able to do that. So it's basically a baseless comparison.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of this ends up being. A lot of people who still think that Trump really has a chance, and I guess there is like some small fucking slither of a chance that something could happen, but I mean, he's pretty much fucking done. And a lot of people don't accept it because like Trump has never shown any fucking weakness during his campaign. He's all about showing strength and always trying to show strength in the face of adversity. And that's why, even though I disagree with a lot of what he has to say, that's why a lot of people find him like, someone to like be inspired by. Is because he always tries to put up that face of strength, even though I think that he's just a fucking shady businessman with nothing to show for it.
Well, did you see that?
He'll run again because if he's in country,
he's not going to run again.
That's his only grift. I think that's his only grift he's got left.
No, he's got like one of the biggest fan bases of all time now. He could just like capitalize off them like in non-political ways.
Yeah, and that's what. Okay, so he could actually do both, to be honest with you. And this is what he should do, if you want my honest opinion. Is so Trump's gonna have he's gonna need capital, he's gonna need money. I don't think Deutsche Bank is gonna give him any more cash. I think at this point they're kind of done with him. He owes like 450 million or whatever. The dude's like, he's gonna have a bad couple of years after this whole thing breaks down, unless what he does, and this is what he should do, and I'm being logical. He starts up that Trump TV thing, because that's been talked about quite a bit, right? That Trump network, they floated it in 2016 as well.
Yeah.
Now,
they talked about that.
Yeah. So there's been talks about like, oh, is he going to poach away Sean Hannity or Tucker Carlson from Fox News? No, not really. They have the viewers, they get the money. That they're not going to leave, right? But you know who's been kind of tongue in his taint right now? Megyn Kelly.
OANN.
No,
OANN.
Well, there's that too, but Megyn Kelly has been like on Twitter just straight up. I mean, we're talking like full on.
Yeah.
She's just been going just tongue deep on that cornhole, and she's doing it. And it's like, why would like you were so mad at this guy 4 years ago, and like to the point of you left Fox as a result of it and all that stuff. I mean, granted, there's also the Roger Ailes shit, but like there was a big factor there. And then now you're out on Twitter just like lovey-dovey Trump and shit like that. Nah, she's vying for a job. She's vying for. So if Trump comes out and he raises the money to buy out OAN, which I think is something that he probably will try to do, and then just rebrand it as Trump TV. They've already got the infrastructure in place, which is what he would need. That's always the hardest part of his whole thing. And then bringing those. So that's step one, getting that whole situated. Then he goes, you know what? I'm looking at a 2024 bid. And then he immediately starts campaign rallies, and he immediately starts using that to pimp OANN, because they're going to be the only ones that give him any airtime. Like no one's going to give him airtime anymore. Fox is going to give him airtime, but none of that stuff for right now. But OANN could do it, and then he just directs all those people there, and they all get on the phone and they call their cable provider and they go, "We want OAN. I want One America News, because that's how I'm gonna fucking get off in the evening is full on patriotism." And shit. And then just like, but he brings on like Dana Bash from NRA TV, and like maybe Dan Boing, whatever his name is, like those NRA guys that got shut down when the NRA lost all their fucking money. And then he just kind of pools all that talent there and then builds everything around that. But the problem though, and this is where it's going to be very interesting. The problem is going to be advertisers, because advertisers are probably not going to want to spend the time to spend the money on there if the more crazy people you get. So he's going to have to follow like more of an Alex Jones situation, which is where they sell supplements, which is where they, they'll follow the Glenn Beck mold of like trying to buy and sell gold or some shit like that. Or maybe, who knows, maybe they'll fucking become a pay TV channel, maybe they'll start a Patreon for Trump TV, and like all those 71 million people, how many of them are going to come on in and throw down a couple bucks a month?
I mean, he's going to get liquidated pretty hard. So, I mean, that's all he's got left is the grift. So,
well, that's the whole point. Yeah, I completely agree. And that's where I'm laughing at it myself. But the thing is, look, he could make a fuckload of money. Cause so Mark, honestly, God, he goes to like, get Mark Burnett or some shit to come on in and like craft shows for OAN, or he gets somebody who knows Mark Burnett, who worked on that whole reality show aspect. What put him on the map? What really put him on the map was that. And even though that whole thing was a lie, The Apprentice was absolutely a lie that got him 4 years in the White House. Jesus. But if he brings in the right people and turns it into the right type of entertainment, I mean, I would probably watch some of it.
I mean, it's like, I respect people that get paid for crappy shows, because they got paid for crappy shows, So
well, yeah, I'm just saying that there's a lot of money in reality TV, and when you have like the former president of the United States now is like the world's biggest reality TV star, that's where he could make his money. And if that audience of people, if they love him, because I don't think he's going to go back into real estate. I think real estate's done. I do.
No, they're going to seize his assets.
Oh yeah, like Mar-a-Lago's gone. His golf courses are gone. Like he's going to lose everything.
If he has one house left, he'll be he'll be doing good.
Never mind whatever the prenup is going to be with Melania, right? Whatever the prenup.
Oh, she should divorce before he gets out of office, so she should get her money.
Nah, well, I mean, the thing is, like, apparently there was an article in the Daily Mail that had said that according to her aide, again, grain of salt, according to her aide, she is going to very much be looking to, divorce as soon as everything is done. So I have to wait and see what happens on that one. But all right, man, I'm going to let you go. I got some people that are still in here, but I appreciate you calling on in, John. Have yourself a good one, man.
You too.
All right. Thank you very much. Sebasti, Melania is 100% going to be getting a fucking divorce. There's no question about it.
The walls are closing in on Trump, dude.
Yeah, you can't look at the situation in any other way than that and go, yeah, he's like, this is why he's freaking out as bad as he is. This is why he's refusing to leave.
What's really ironic is that the only walls that Trump built are the ones that are closing in on him right.
Oh, that's a great metaphor. Yeah, that's a great, yeah, that should be on his tombstone. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, agreed.
That should be on his tombstone. That would be interesting. What's the other thing I was going to fucking say? I had it and then I lost my train of thought on it, unfortunately. Fat Jay, we are going to be talking about the Vaush thing here real quick though. Let's go into HF. I know you've been waiting a while, man. I see you're muted, but there you are.
Hey there, Matt. How's it going?
It's going okay, man. You're a little bit low. Would you mind speaking up a little bit?
Yeah, is this better?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, what's going on, man?
Not much. I'm just chilling. I actually had a few comments about the Vaush thing. If you didn't mind breaking into that.
Hey, it's a good segue. It's a very good segue. He's getting roasted right now on Twitter. Have you seen this at all, Animancer?
No, I haven't looked into this at all.
So there's an old clip of what's his name, of Vaush, that's getting shared around right now on Twitter, and it's and I'll download it real quick. We'll fucking play it. I mean, why not?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
If this stream is already going to end up getting taken down for the talking about RV6, why don't we throw on some lefty out of Seattle talking about this shit. Jesus Christ. The things I do to destroy my career, guys. The things I do. I've already done them to destroy my career.
Vaush is one of the biggest fucking people on political YouTube right now. It's no surprise that people are going to try and bring up stuff that he said in the past and be like, holy shit, like we said this.
Yeah, most of this is coming from the right, like Ethan Ralph and
and didn't Ralph do like a kill stream tonight about it or something? Like that's kind of funny to me.
Yeah, he did, because he's desperate for content or whatever.
Yeah,
and he hates Vaush.
And he hates Vaush. Yeah, like I mean, I talked about it, and somebody had sent me. I guess they said that this clip is out of context, is what they had said. But let's hear. I'm going to play the clip real quick, and you guys can judge for yourself.
Still don't care. I still think that like zoophile porn, like drawn stuff, it should be 100% legal. In fact, and this is going to be a real hot take, I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be illegal. Actual child pornography. How's that?
Yeah, so I mean, that's
even if that is out of context, and honestly, like I try and give people the benefit of the doubt most of the fucking time, but like even if that is, and I don't see how that could be out of context. That doesn't sound good. I don't see how someone could like have that like process through their head, like spit it out, actually say it, and be like, yeah, okay, I just said a presentable thing, and he said it with such assurance too. It's not like he was fucking drunk. It's not like his mind was altered on any level. He was just speaking fucking straight from the mind. No, it's weird. Now, maybe that is out of context. I would like to see the full context, just so I 100%. But even if that is out of context, dude, that looks really fucking bad. And this is coming from someone who I don't really like Vaush that much. I'm someone who's more left leaning, and I don't like Vaush. I don't like his arguments about Joe Biden and shit like that. But what do you want to say?
Let me give my comments.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, like it's bad optics, like if you're just looking at that clip, but there's a bit more nuance to his entire argument. If you go back like a month ago, there was like a stream where he addressed this whole thing with a viewer live. And
yeah, that was sent to me. It's like a 9-minute clip. And
Yeah.
I just don't want to do the whole like 9 fucking minutes.
Well, the whole thing, I think, is that he's saying that there's this hypocrisy within our society where, pedophilia, child porn, that's viewed as really horrible, which it is. I'm not going to sit here and defend pedophilia on your stream, but
it's probably for the
at the same time, other forms, more widely damaging forms of child exploitation are essentially ignored, and people don't care about it or talk about it. Like,
I feel like there's a better
children
way
in
to make that
Africa-
type of point.
Oh yeah, but like, my problem is that people are not looking at the actual content of the argument and are just straw manning him into being like a CP defender for clicks.
All right. Well, okay. So I think I queued up essentially. I kind of skipped around and found, I think, what we need to find. So let me just play this here and see what he says.
Yeah, more morally consistent. Yeah, so I can run this through with you, and we can see if you agree or disagree after we follow my logic. So my position is that I am anti-child porn. I don't think it's a good thing to have it. My frustration is I feel like there are other things that are bad for similar reasons that child porn is bad, but people don't really care about that. So let me run it through with you. Why is child porn bad? Not creating child porn, I mean, but like purchasing it.
So, like, why is it bad regardless of the way in which it's produced?
Sure. Well, we know, I mean, we don't even need to waste time, of course. Obviously, producing child porn requires harming a child. So that's off the bat.
Okay, I fucking hate that argument. I'm just going to be on right off the bat. I hate that argument. I do. That whole argument of, well, I mean, let's talk about what it's like after it's created. Once it's in, once it's out there.
Oh my god! Yeah, I really don't like that.
Like, I feel like because I understand the logical argument that he's making. Because like,
I don't get it. I honestly, like, even from a logical standpoint, I just don't even understand like how someone can come to that type of conclusion.
You really can't. It's just because you're already starting off from a place of, I don't want to say disingenuous approach, but it is very much one of those, like, it's a thought question, right? It's meant to be one of those like logic questions.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what he's trying to get to. And hold on, we'll continue. I find that the start of that argument always kind of shady. I just want to make my point clear on that.
That's a pretty easy bad. But when it comes to the actual like commodity, like you filmed it or something, so why is that bad? Like having that on your hard drive or something?
I would say that buying something which in any way facilitates the exploitation of minors.
Okay, yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, it's the issue is that even if you're not hurting the kid, it's possible to like have a bunch of CP and never hurt the kid. You're still like producing or you're consuming from an industry.
Hold on. How do you have CP and have it not hurt the child? I mean, again, the logical argument there, and I'll kind of take it what I'm assuming his position to be here. The logical argument would be, well, what if it's just like photography, right? And they're unaware of it. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, when you look at the concept of what the terminology of pornography is and how it's applied in this situation, there's literally no way to debate it, to discuss it, by trying to argue that it doesn't actually harm the child. That's
not his main point.
Okay.
He gets into it a little bit further.
Okay.
Like he sits there and says like, yeah, like it's bad for a lot of other obvious reasons.
This is a bad hill for someone to die on, even if they're trying to make it like as just like pose a question, like, I'm going to ask you this question that makes you uncomfortable. Maybe we should talk about it anyway. Like, even from that perspective, which I understand is what he's trying to do, it just doesn't look good, man. It really doesn't look good.
It's not optical at all, but that's just philosophy. Like,
sure, and I know he's trying to argue it.
Questions and stuff.
Yeah, he's trying to argue it from that perspective. He's trying to, I get it. He's trying to be like a fucking Socrates
philosopher.
Yeah,
basically.
I get that. Yeah. Like if a tree falls in the wood, did the child fucking get hurt during I don't know. It's just such an odd like logic art. I know. God, listen. Okay, geez, this is uncomfortable for me. I just want to be
I know. Yeah, it's weird.
I will say this. I've become like, I understand the argument. Like I'm a very left brain, logic based individual. I have 2 daughters, 2.5 or almost 3 and 1. So it's like, ever since having kids, it's like, I can't have those arguments anymore. I can't think like that. I can't argue that kind of logic because it's like, I just think of my kid or my daughters, either of them. And I'm just like, no, that's like a fucking no-go zone. You know what I mean? Let's just get through this.
Money too, and you're just broadly celebrating, in a sense, the harm of children. Yeah. So my argument with vegan gains was that I can use that exact same logic to argue against a lot of the commodity production that we participate in today. Like a lot of our consumer electronics, our chocolate, our cocoa butter. If you look into the way these commodities are produced, a lot of them involve stuff like slavery, really, really bad labor practices.
This is a weird way to get this
even
argument,
involve
though.
child slavery, depending on what parts of the world this comes from.
Okay, like I understand. Again, I get the logic, I get the argument, I get the deflection, because from a philosopher perspective, he's trying to argue it on an individual basis. Is what he's really trying to argue here. It's like, well, if you're okay with this, like, i.e., your smartphones being developed by child labor in China, which we know Apple has done. If you want to go and you like diamonds, blood diamonds out of South Africa, and those are being a lot of that is slavery. If you buy your clothing, the clothing you wear oftentimes is manufactured in foreign countries in textile farms by people who make like $1 a day. I get that. Like I get the argument he's trying to make here. Like either it's all okay or none of it's okay is effectively what he's trying to get to, in my opinion.
I really disagree with that point of view, though.
But I do. No. I think
Well,
it's
not
okay
to exploit children in any capacity. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah, but you don't want to have this argument about child pornography.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Well,
like,
it's
this is not the
controversial.
type
Get your
of
message out there.
This is not the
Like,
type
it's
of
not-
conversation to be making this argument on. Like, you could make this observation with any number of different fucking topics. It's weird. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, I just don't even know why he would come out and say this shit
it's
originally.
uncomfortable. For
Exactly.
sure, like it's uncomfortable. But I mean, like, and he gets into it, I think, a little bit more. But I mean,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, it's visceral. It's
Well, no,
controversial.
we'll keep going with it. We'll keep going with it because we're already in it so far.
So my argument is, it frustrates me when people will say that child porn is bad, and they're correct in saying that, but then they won't go ahead and say, oh, well, actually, we should be more critical of these types of commodity consumption as well. And that's why I said, not that it's moral to consume CP, but that it would be more morally consistent to do so. Is it an edgy, provocateur way of phrasing that? Yeah, totally, and I acknowledge that. But that was the logic I was going through,
Hold on, but if you listen to the clip, right? I don't see that specifically. Okay, like I'll play the clip again because I don't see that specifically in what he's trying to argue.
Still don't care. I still think that like zoophile porn, like drawn stuff, it should be 100% legal. In fact, and this is going to be a real hot take, I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be illegal. Actual child pornography. How's that?
Especially since they like hot take. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, but like if you listen to what he's saying there, he's saying like I haven't heard a moral argument for why it should be illegal.
Yeah, that's really
And,
sus,
and
man.
what he's talking about here is not even like the moral argument. He's talking about like capitalism.
He basically makes it into something completely different in this clip here.
That's what it sounds like to me. Now HF, you might completely disagree, and that's good. That's the whole part of the conversation. But like, I mean, playing them side by side, it doesn't seem like, I mean, there might be more to that original clip that we just didn't get, but this is the one that's making its way around.
There is a longer
Okay.
cut of that particular clip. I think he's just double downing on the whole edgy messaging aspect of it. Like this just seems like this clip seems like a more of a continuation.
Sometimes
of,
just
like,
gotta
more
admit you had a
controversial
really
message.
fucked up take. Like,
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
I would not want to publicly take this make this kind of argument.
No.
Because it's just not a good look at all.
he's
But,
digging
like,
himself
the-
deeper every
but
time.
the
he brings it
logic,
up, man.
the logic, I would say, is pretty sound.
I get the logic. The argument is terrible. Like the position he's taking on it, where it's like, because I mean, look, he does say CP is bad, which we all can agree. CP is bad. And then he's trying to argue like, well, but like, what's the harm? He almost is going down the what's the harm path. And like, where does it harm on him? No, because I mean, he is like, he's saying like, you know, there's CP where you don't harm the child, which that kind of defense still boils down to, well, there may not be harm in it. So like, who am I to argue against it if there's no harm? So that's kind of where he's taking it a little bit. It's just, it's not the hill you want to die on. And I get the edgy take and I get his argument here, his logic here. But it's one of those things.
Yeah.
We'll just keep.
It's important. Yeah. Sorry.
No. Finish your thought.
Yeah, I think it's important to be very clear and to clarify what you mean, because if I were to argue something like this, it would be almost to the contrary. Like if none of it's if you like what you said.
It's either all okay or none of it's okay, which is actually taken from an episode of South Park.
Right. So if CP is bad, then all these other forms of exploitation are just as bad, if not more.
Well, no one's saying that these other forms of exploitation aren't bad, but the problem is that all of us who are alive today were born into a society in which we were basically like, you know, given because of the, you know, the structure of society, like we all need cars to get to work. There's a million fucking things that we need to rely on, and a lot of those trace back to things that are ultimately, you know, derived from, you know, unpaid labor in third world countries and shit like that. And there's only so much that we can do as a society. We need to like inch forward towards progress and treating like people better in, you know, these certain fields and these certain fucking ways over time on an individual basis, though. I just don't get it. I don't know. I feel like it's a pretentious argument personally.
It kind of is. My main contention with this whole fiasco is that, I mean, I don't think Vaush is a pedophile. I mean, I can't know for sure, but there's a lot of people on Twitter raging about it, understandably.
Yeah. And well, I mean, the thing is always going to trigger people.
Yeah, for sure. I would just like contend that maybe people should try to look at the nuance of the argument before going straight to the pedophile accusations. That's always popular on the internet, calling everyone a pedophile.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you know, I've been accused of it, and like, there's, you know, no evidence, and it's all fucking bullshit. People just like to say it and whatever. But all right, let's continue this because I know we're getting close to the end of the clip.
Okay, I can fully understand that logic. I obviously, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Miles Chung, so I probably should have assumed that he was being dishonest, like he seems to be most of the time. I mean, I disagree with you on a hell of a lot of other stuff, but that's regardless.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, we can talk about that. The pedo thing, that clip always really frustrated me though, because I recognize I phrased my arguments terribly in that actual discussion. I know that I'm a public figure. I should know how this works. The thing that really frustrated me is I was like, I'm comparing child porn to like global economic exploitation. And because of that, some people assumed I was pro-child porn, when as a lefty, it seems like the obvious position would be to assume that I hate global commodity exploitation. So like, you'd think there would be like you'd think they'd assume I was applying that same criticism over, but I don't know. I don't think that we can just like make buying cocoa butter right now illegal. That seems like a really dumb way of addressing it. I think it's just more a matter of like critically examining the way our commodities are produced, because some of that shit basically kind of requires slavery.
So just so I can clarify something.
Okay. This is giving me
that seems like basically all there. Like that seems like
I get what he's trying to say there. Okay, so my take on that one real quick has everything to do with the fact that at the end there, what he's effectively saying is that it's just, you know, he's like, well, global production of CP, except that's not just, yeah, okay, fine. Is it a globally produced commodity? If that's how you want to, you know, completely frame it down to. If you want to argue it from like it's bare, like I don't know, it's not really a globally produced shit. It's not. I'm losing my words here. Because I'm kind of frustrated with what he's saying. He's trying to compare the two, and while both are horrible, the two aren't comparable. his argument about trying to say I'm arguing it from like a global commodity perspective fails to resonate with me, because child pornography is not something I can go buy in the fucking store. You know, cocoa butter, chocolate, diamonds, yeah, iPhones, electronics, I can go buy this shit in the fucking store. Okay, not a problem. I can't go buy child pornography at the store. I can watch it in cuties form on Netflix, but I can't go buy it in the fucking store. By the way, don't watch cuties. That's my PSA for the night. That's what I mean. It's like the argument doesn't hold weight, because the argument, like, he loses himself when he tries to explain the argument. It just because he's at that point, he's moving the goalpost, in my opinion. So,
I mean, I don't know. I think maybe like the logic is sound, but like the optics are just terrible, and that in a way invalidates the argument.
Yeah,
that would be my perspective.
It makes it worse. It makes it worse, in my opinion, because it's like you're trying to then take, like I made a really shitty 9/11 joke today on Twitter, because I'm looking at the PlayStation 5, and I'm like, the PlayStation 5 looks gaudy and terrible, in my opinion. I do not like the design of it, but someone made it look like a building. And I said the PS5's design is so big and gaudy that one day terrorists will attack it or fly a plane into it in order to hurt the West.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was great.
And people are like, oh, 9/11 joke. And I'm like, well, yeah, kind of. But at the same time, it's like, for one, Sony, there's layers to it. Sony moved from Japan to LA. They're now no longer really focusing on Japanese audiences. It's a layered joke that I just thought of as I was sitting on the couch watching, I think, Christmas movies on Disney Plus with my kids. So, nothing brings out internal rage like fucking that.
Jesus Christ, Matt.
But anyway, the point I'm trying to get to with that is like, look, it's a bad optics joke. All right. And I can try to explain it all I want, but at the same time, I probably shouldn't have made it. It's a little bit not too edgy as like this shit. Still edgy. And I think, Vaush is saying he's a public figure in that clip, and he should have known better. And then as he says that, he still tries to argue it in a way that is not a good argument. And I think he's just at that point, that is the ego trying to protect him. That is his ego trying to find an alternative way around.
Completely.
To move enough goalposts in order to kind of walk away from the situation.
He's one of the biggest people on YouTube. He knows that he's basically fucking invincible when it comes to being in, the left right now.
Yeah.
Almost everyone loves him who's on the left. So.
Well, wait for and the thing is, politically, he and I are very aligned in a number of ways.
I don't care for him personally.
But but at the same time, it's like, this is something that is a hard no-go for me. This is my line. And he, and I think at this point, he'll probably argue it a little bit differently. But I guarantee you, the next time that AOC and Hassan Piker do a fucking Among Us stream, Vaush is going to be in there.
Oh my!
So is Shoe on Head, because they were doing Among Us tonight.
I doubt it, honestly. I think they're too edgy for like politicians to interact with.
Yeah, disavow would be the appropriate measure at this point.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to fucking happen. There's too much. Here's the thing: the pendulum has swung back, right? Democratically.
Yeah, it's finally fucking swung back.
So now the lefties are they're going to have their day. Fucking Vaush is going to live in a compound like Tim Pool by the end of 2023, guaranteed. He'll have the money. He'll be making the money. He'll have the videos, the fucking 48 to the 100,000 person live streams. Look at Hassan Piker. Hassan Piker pulled in 130,000 people watching him live stream the election the other night. 130,000 people were watching Hassan fucking Piker cover the election the other night. Like these lefties, man, like the lefties are getting, now that
they're turning up, they're paying up.
Yeah. I mean, like that's the thing. PPP accused me. He's like, oh, you're trying to get in with Vaush and like bread tube. I'm like, dude, we just spent the last fucking 20 minutes critiquing Vaush and criticizing Vaush.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't see this though, and realize that.
Yeah, I mean, if I was, and the thing is, that's the whole point. It's like, I'm not going to sit there and not criticize this. I mean, I criticized Boogie. Boogie came in and him and I got into it. So it's just like, that's how it goes. I'm just not going to fucking sit back and not say shit because I want to try to protect my goddamn paycheck. Exactly. If I need fucking money, I'll go deliver food like I did today. Like,
and here's the thing. I don't dislike Vaush. When he was like a much smaller creator, we agreed to have a conversation with each other at some point. So I might actually follow up on him with that, because there's several things I disagree with him on. But ultimately, I just feel like, this is definitely a bad take that he had. And even if it wasn't even what he was trying to say, as he elaborated in the second video, wasn't actually what it came across as. He should have just said exactly what he fucking meant in the fucking first video to begin with, and we would have had this controversy. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't like his arguments. His pro-Biden arguments are kind of fucking sickening because it's caused a lot of left-wing people to actually, like, you know, really shit on people who decide to vote third party. And I don't believe in voter shaming. I just don't believe in it, period. So I really don't like some of his arguments, and it's whatever though. He had a bad fucking take. He's a pretty articulate person in other ways.
Yeah, I mean, I've had bad takes myself. You know?
Everyone does. Everyone has bad takes.
I've framed things in very poor ways, and people have come at me, and then I have to finally go back and explain it, and you know. But look, I'll be fair. Once that narrative is out there, I mean, people aren't going to let that shit fucking go. And
people are going to run with it, of course.
And at this point now, someone like Keemstar, who's fucking furious that Trump lost, is gonna shift his target towards someone like Vaush, and that means that Drama Alert is going to start talking about Vaush because guess what? Those guys are getting all the fucking play right now. That's where all the fucking views are coming in. And so that's where they're going to end up seeing a lot of this stuff. But anyway, man, I'm already like way past my fucking bedtime on this shit. So I'm going to let you go, HF, but I got 2 more people to get to real quick and then we'll go from there. Vito's in the chat saying I've never had a bad take.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, Vito, you bastard. I didn't even talk about the fucking Kotaku review tonight. Everything went crazy. I'll do it tomorrow. Anyway, I like Vito quite a bit, even though he's hated by a lot of people.
You know what though? He has had a bad take though, because he's got the fucking PlayStation logo on his hat, and fucking Sony sucks dick.
Oh, there we go. There you have it. All right, HF, thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it. Okay, let me just quickly. I got a fucking. Oh goddamn! I got a clip. I want to clip that.
What, the Vaush thing?
Yeah, what? Fuck, dude. It's gonna. I could put Vaush in the fucking thumbnail. And
I can
Vaush
make you
in
a
the title
thumbnail for that.
Yeah, I just gotta fucking do that shit. There we go. And then just be everyone be like, yeah, that's
holy shit. Swoosh controversy. Holy shit. Yeah, people love that shit, man.
That's how you do it. That's how you have to do it today. In today's.
I feel like we had like a nuanced take on that, though. I feel like we all something new to the table.
I know. I'm just trying to Oh, there we go. Yeah, Vaush. All right. I gotta there we go. Okay. Yeah, because I can clip out stuff right from here, and then do whatever I need to. All right. Yeah. So let's get to the last couple people here real quick. Tony, what's going on, man? What's on your mind, buddy? What's on your mind?
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Anyway, yeah, Kenobi, yeah. Yeah, anyway. I know this was being talked about a little bit, but I just want to bring it up again. I know we're talking about Biden and all these mail-in ballots. Do you think people believe this because they're buying this bullshit media, mainstream media talking point, or do you think they're just being like staunchly partisan hacks?
I'm sorry. Can you reframe the question?
There are people who are buying the whole mail-in ballots, and they're terrible and recounting blah, 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 everything we've been hearing about this last few days, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they're believing it because they want to believe in like bullshit, or because or are they just being partisan hacks?
Well, I think that there are people on the right-wing media that this is where we have a problem in my mind. The last 4 or 5 years of pro-Trumpism and anti-Trumpism has created this very odd scenario where you've got people on both sides that have manufactured livings, like very, very, very good, well-paying livings off of this shit. And they are now in a position where it's going to go the fuck away. And they are now trying to figure out how to find a way to keep it going and to keep making money. So the pro-Trump people are probably going to go and run on the voter fraud and collusion and all that shit narrative. The same kind of narrative that was propped up by the left 4 years ago with the Russia collusion, okay?
Yeah.
Which has more basis in reality than any of this shit, by the way. And then you've got people on the left that are going to be attacking Trump, that have spent look at all the people that every time Trump tweets, you have the same 5 people. You're just a piece of shit. Yeah, I mean, duh, we all know it, but it's like the people that defend him and the people that attack him. And those people have grown massive, massive, massive social media followings. I mean, hell, Sarah Cooper just lip synced Trump. She just lip synced Trump on Twitter and got a Netflix special out of it. And she's not even funny. She just lip synced Trump. She Milli Vanilli Trump and got a Netflix special out of it. Like, what is she going to do now? What are any of these people going to do now? You know? So that's where it's at. Like, so they have a reason to all keep the grift going on one side or the other because they've made money off of it. So the people on the right, they're going to believe it because they're going to keep pushing that narrative because it's going to fuel their base. And the people on the left are going to deny that narrative, of which all the media right now is saying doesn't exist anyway. And they're going to, tell their base that because that's where we are.
The country is so fucking partisan that any side will deny the other side's victories no matter what it takes. Like, they just don't want the other side to fucking win. Like, I just got to root for the home team. It's like I say, it's like a fucking football team. People get really attached to, the team that they're rooting for, and they just don't give a shit about anything else. Everything else be damned.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking much.
Now, the fact that Trump pretty much lost, do you think all his biggest fans, they're just going through their five stages of grief?
Yeah, there's a fair amount of that's happening right now. Yeah, 100%. You've got a lot of people out there that are going to be upset about that, and you got people out there that are going to, eventually they're going to come to terms with it because January 20th, 2021, Biden's going to be in the White House.
A lot of people aren't going to believe it until that happens, and I can't wait.
Well, and even after that, they're going to fucking sit there and not believe a goddamn word of it anyway.
I mean, then they're going to have to accept the reality, though, that he's in the White House calling the shots, though.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like,
that is a big part of it.
Yeah. Now, with Biden being president, what do you think of this whole idea that he's just a Trojan horse for Kamala to become president at some point?
I think it's the stupidest fucking thing. This motherfucker spent the last 37 years trying to become fucking president, dude. Right? The last 30 some odd years, nearly 4 decades, whatever, trying to become president. Do you think that it's a Kamala coup? Hell no. Hell no. This is what he wanted. He's been trying. He was running against Obama back in 2008.
And you know what else? A lot of people actually stated early on that, he did that. Like, that he was gonna do that fucking shit. That Kamala was actually gonna be the one to take over, but I mean, he's actually stated multiple times that he hasn't ruled out the idea of becoming a 2-term president. A lot of people think he's only going to serve 1 fucking term.
Yeah.
But no, I think
no. He's
a possibility.
At 75 million people voted for him. He's in for 8 years if he survives it.
Yeah.
If he survives it, that's 100% if he survives it. So we don't know yet. We don't know what's going to happen at this particular time. It could be good. It could be. It could be bad, and you know what? I think it's going to be interesting. So.
Oh yeah, it's going to be more interesting than the alternative, which is just 4 more years of bullshit. The same thing. At least we're going to get some different fucking news for once. We're going to hear some new fucking shit.
Oh, I'm so tired of hearing about Trump.
I'm so tired of hearing about Trump too. If he ended up getting his 4 more years, it would have been nearly 1 decade, because it's basically 9 fucking years of just nonstop hearing the same person's name in the news every single day.
Let's see here. Netta Her says, President Trump did not lose anyone. There are cheaters trying and overthrow American. I'm not going to work.
Well, have fun paying your fucking taxes.
Well, how are you gonna pay your bills if you're not going to work? That's my question.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot of that shit on Twitter.
Don't you take pride in being a hardworking American? What are you gonna do? Move
I
to
pay
Canada?
my taxes. Yeah, it's all some craziness and shit. I think at this point, look, I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is that the experiment that was Trump administration is over. It will be over. Whatever happens in the next 2.5 months, I don't think he's going to be a lame duck. I'm just going to be honest.
He's going to be a lame duck.
No. He's not going to get any meaningful legislation passed. There's not going to be another stimulus.
Of course not, because that would benefit the American people rather than himself and the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Look at what the powerhouse that McConnell is. Of course, he's going to be like
McConnell.
Well, McConnell ain't going to do shit. But yeah. So anyway, man, I'm gonna let you go, Tony. I got one more guy in here to get to, and then I gotta wrap it up and get to bed because it's Sunday night. But thanks a lot for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. Call again soon.
All right, take care, guys.
Have a good one. Okay, Mo Moon, you're our last caller of the night.
How about fucking time? God dang.
Well, it's like I'm a chatter, and there's fucking people that want to talk, man.
No, man, because I was just about to close. I was about to go to bed. Fine.
Well, you held in there like a champ.
I'm already in bed. God damn.
Well. I mean, listen, this is an after dark show.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about? Give us your thoughts.
Okay.
Oh my God, Matt.
No, he's right. He's right. It's after dark. Let's all get naughty.
Considering that we spent half the show talking about a dude getting nearly beat to death in a live stream, and then the other like 30 minutes talking about potential child pornography and its impact on society and
we
capitalism.
brought up Hunter Biden's dick again.
And then we brought up Hunter Biden's cock a couple times. It's like, this whole show gets a little bit fucking weird.
There we go. You should get your own HBO show now, huh?
Hey, I'm saying, I'll tell you this, I'll be honest, I was thinking about this all weekend, and I'm like, you know what, I think I'm just going to throw myself into fucking radio, man.
Go on to HBO Max, dude.
No, I'd go to HBO Max, yeah, they'd be like, what do you want to talk about? And I'd be like, fucking movies, bitch.
HBO Max. There you go.
That's right. Yeah. I'm just going to roll in there and eventually get enough money to buy over HBO. Like Game of Thrones all the time.
Yeah, listening to Bill Maher going insane right now.
Oh man, I would love to go talk to Bill Maher. It'd be really fucking funny. I would just respond to everything he says with "Okay, boomer."
He is a boomer. Yeah,
he is totally. But
just a fun question. This whole Trump thing, because this whole fucking 4 years has been 5 years, me going out of my fucking mind, and I was ready to accept him winning this year, but fuck, I almost went insane when Biden won or projected to win.
Yeah, here's the thing. I went in the same way. Like, I expected Trump to win 100% just because I always expect, like, the status quo. But then I saw that Biden won. I actually, like, went to bed expecting Trump was going to win, and then I woke up hearing, oh, yeah, Biden's probably going to win. And I'm just like, what? That was a total fucking 180.
I was doom scrolling on Twitter trying to find ways to cope. You know, I'll be honest. I was sitting there in bed. I'm like, motherfucker. And then, like, I keep refreshing the numbers, you know, on like the Politico map. And then I realize, I'm like, oh, wait, I start doing the math and I'm like, oh, wait. Oh, yeah, no, Biden's going to win. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, no, all the mail-in votes are coming in now. Oh, I'm going to bed. I feel pretty good.
Yeah, I was about to be like, oh, great, the PS5 coming out. I'm just going to spend the rest of my 4 years in this goddamn for.
I'm not even getting the fucking, I haven't even like, I know it comes out. I know like the Xbox comes out tomorrow and the PS5 is later on this week. And I don't care. Like, and I'm a gamer and I just don't care. I'm like, I'm buying, like, people are like, oh, you're going to buy one? And I'm buying myself a new camera. I'm this little like pocket gimbal that I have. I love it, but I have the first one. I'm getting the upgrade. But it's like, I'd rather go out and film IRL content, you know, like just walking through the fucking forest and shit.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna go Andy Worski on us.
Oh no! What? Do cocaine and no, fuck that shit.
I started yelling at people with the gun with the
Matt, maybe you'll find a fucking dead body.
You know, I'm not lying, man, when I say this, and I mean this literally. I have always thought that like I was gonna fucking either find a dead body. Actually, funny story. I have a story about a dead body. From literally this weekend, and then we'll wrap it up after this. But I wanted to start off with the story. I will end with the story. Okay. This is the story of the dead deer carcass in my yard.
Holy shit! Oh yeah, you told.
I was tweeting about this. Yeah. So Friday morning, my girlfriend is getting ready to go to work, and she comes back inside, and she's like, someone hit a deer, and it's in our front yard. And I'm like, wait, what? And I walk out there and there's like this fucking dead deer. And I love deer. I love that they come to my yard. I try to keep a safe space for them. You know, I love deer. I was pretty pissed off. I'm like, God damn it. Right. Yeah, someone fucking hit a deer.
Venison as well.
Yeah. Well, venison's also good. By the way, keep that in mind. So I'm like, I'm pissed off and I start calling around trying to figure out like what to do with this goddamn thing. And I talked to one company and this guy's like, oh, I'm a private contractor. It's going to cost you $230 for me to come and remove this carcass. And I'm like, well, no, I'm not paying that. Fuck you. Guy was nice, but I'm still not going to pay the fucking money. But I found out if it's on city property, then the deer will be taken away for free. And I'm like, okay. So I call the city cleanup crew and this is like Friday in the afternoon. And I get a hold of them and I'm like, hey, listen, I got this dead deer carcass in my yard. Somebody fucking hit it and then like pushed it in my yard and then drove off. And the lady's like, okay, we can come get that. However, it can't be in your property. It's got to be on the city street. And I'm like, okay, when can you get it? And they're like, Monday. This is Friday. Like, we come Monday. I'm like,
what?
So I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, fuck. All right. So I got to do something with this fucking deer. So like, and I don't know, I hadn't like gone up there and like looked at it. I don't know how big it was. Like, I didn't know if it's like a big buck or it was a doe, but you know, these things are fucking heavy, right?
You fucking ate it, didn't you, man?
I know. Put a pin in that. So no, I move it. I kind of drag it off my property, right? I have gloves on and shit. I drag it off my property and I put it on the shoulder. Okay. I'm like able to sit there for 2 fucking days. It'll be fine. Okay. And then I go back and do my thing. So yesterday morning I get up and I walk out there to go and run an errand and I look over and the deer is not where I left it. It had moved further back on my fucking property. And I'm like, who in the motherfuck moved this deer on my fucking property?
Maybe it's just a zombie, dude.
No, it's not. It's my neighbors. So the people behind me bought the house and they renoed it and they remodeled it and now they're trying to flip it. So they have a fucking for sale sign and I moved the corpse of the fucking deer to the edge of the road next to the for sale sign because it was like right there and shit, right? Like right at the edge of the property. It was still technically like my space, but whatever. So these guys moved the deer between their trash cans and my trash can because they just didn't want anyone to see it because they're trying to sell this fucking house. And I'm like, you bitches, you fucking bitches. Like, all right, fine. I'm going to go move it back, but I'm going to wait until like Sunday night. So my girlfriend's out there yesterday working on the yard and other neighbors come walking by and they're like, you know, you have a dead deer in your yard. My girlfriend's like, yeah, they're going to come get it on Monday. She's like, lady goes, oh, okay. And then she walks over and she looks at it and she goes, well, it looks like it was hit by a car because I don't see any bullet holes. And like, well, we would have, for one, if they shot it, we would have fucking heard the gunshot, you know, like you can fire off guns where I live, but it is what it is. And so then today I go do, you know, my deliveries, I'm making my money and I get home as I pull into my driveway, this like fucking new 2020 black truck, like this big black truck pulls in right behind me, but parks parallel blocking the exit to my driveway. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I don't really like ask him anything. I don't really say anything. So I get out of the car and I'm, you know, grab my stuff and I'm walking back towards the house and I look back and I see that it's this family and it's you know, like a Mexican family and the family jumps out and I just hear this kid go, mama, it's a deer. It's a deer. It's a dead deer. And I'm like, that's really, really fucking weird, but okay. And I go back in the house and I drop off my stuff and I forgot I had a drink in the car and I walk back out. And as I'm walking back out, the truck just takes off. And I'm like, oh, okay. They just probably wanted to take a look at the dead carcass. You know, that's probably what they wanted to do at this particular point. I mean, maybe they're from Southern California. Just dead deer are kind of fucking, you know, they're rare. I don't know. And then I look over and I see the deer is gone.
What the
and
fuck?
I'm like, what? And then I look and I see the truck, it takes off and it turns around and I live in a dead end road. And so it turns around and it hightails it back up the road. And the deer is gone.
Dude.
So this family found a dead deer on my property, fucking took the carcass, and I don't know where the fuck they went with it.
To vote for Trump.
Yeah, that's your voter fraud right there. That's your voter fraud for Trump. That's the late ballots in Washington, 100%. But when I talked to the cleanup crew the other day, the lady had told me, she goes, you know, sometimes we come out to these places to pick up a deer and the deer's gone. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. Some people out there want to salvage the deer.
You mean fucking hillbillies and rednecks, basically.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I posted about it on Twitter and this one dude goes, I mean, like it's been outside for a couple days. I don't know if, you know, like, the meat's going to be pretty bad. I'm like, well, so I started like looking at the weather. I'm like, it's been cold. You know, it's been freezing temperature.
We've been down chilled. Yeah.
We were down into the 20s last night. You know, it was down into the 20s last couple nights.
That's chilled meat, dude.
So I'm just like, did they fucking just end up like, you know, Like, did they? I mean, it's a dead fucking carcass. I mean, now my question is, have they done this before? Like, where is this meat going?
If the kid was like, "Mama, it's a dead deer," then this is probably not the first fucking time this has happened before. Like, clearly he knows to point that shit out.
But he said it was a Mexican family.
It was a Hispanic.
Okay,
it was a Hispanic.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Mexican rednecks.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to ask my cousin where he was this weekend.
Here's the thing: Hispanics can be rednecks too.
Absolutely, 100%. Anyone can be a redneck. It's not, and I've seen that actually. But
yeah, you said it was a black truck, right? My cousin has a black truck as well, and he has a large family. So
does he live in Olympia, Washington?
Oh, he's been missing for the past week. So
well, maybe you know what this is how they're doing. I don't know. All I fucking know is that like it's no longer my problem. It's no longer my problem. It's no longer my problem. And I'm very happy about that. Now, what I fucking hope doesn't happen is that these people eat it, get sick, and then try to come back and sue my ass over it. Be like, no, you took it off city property because I moved it back. It was still relatively on like the shoulder. It's enough to be fucking safe. But it's like I really they saw me. They saw me get out of my car. They saw me moving around. They didn't say a thing to me. They just like totally, they were on my property. They didn't know. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh my God, they better not show up like wearing deer skin in your house in the middle of the night.
Oh, what are they going to pull? Like a Freddy Got Fingered situation with the opening of that movie?
I was going to say the first Purge.
Oh, Jesus. I haven't seen that movie yet, so there's that. But real quick, Jay did drop a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Saying, Matt, if you end the story without saying you made deer jerky, you are a pleb. Well, I didn't have the time to make the deer jerky because a family came by and stole the dead corpse of a deer.
Hey, you fed a family. You did your good deed of the year.
He didn't even do it because he's not the reason the deer even died. So.
But I did.
But he kept it. He kept the deer.
Well, the sad thing is it got hit next to my trash cans, and it was also fucking trash day. So I'm like, fucking do some shit about this then. But all right, guys, on that particular front, that's my deer story.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to wrap it up because we've been on for about 2.5 hours, and I definitely was not thinking we're going to be on that long
some other time.
Well, real quick, ask a question. Yeah, real quick, ask your question. Since you're
it's a real quick one. It's a real quick one. This whole Trump thing, like I said, when Biden gets into office, is there any way we can take away Rush Limbaugh's medal that Trump gave him this year?
Can a president revoke the Presidential Medal of Freedom?
Yeah.
There's no way that Joe Biden would do that. He likes to be friends with like Republicans. Like he actively to try and make an effort to be friends.
With a passion.
Yeah, let's see here. I don't. Apparently, there is no precedent to revoke the Presidential Medal of Freedom because the question was brought up to Barack Obama in 2015 about George W. Bush giving one to Bill Cosby in 2002.
Oh my God.
So, and there's like Barack Obama had said there is no precedent to revoke the Presidential Medal of Freedom. So there we go.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah. It's entirely possible that they were partying buddies back in the day.
There's something wrong with mathematics.
So you got all that crazy shit. To me, it's just fucking hysterical at this point. But yeah, I don't think so. I think Rush Limbaugh is going to die of lung cancer with that in order.
Ah, great.
And I'll tell you this though, I did actually listen to the Rush Limbaugh program yesterday, the one from Friday, and I have never heard a man lie through his teeth that much while coping at the same time. It was hysterical how much nonsense he was saying. And then it made me realize for 30 fucking years, this motherfucker has been just lying his ass off to his base. And they're all like, but Rush, I love you. I love you, Rush. I'll pray for you to beat this cancer. And I want him to beat cancer. I don't want him to die, But he's, I think he's going to step down probably when Trump leaves office.
All right.
That's my hot take prediction for the end of the Rush Limbaugh Power Hour of Doom.
He popped the hell out.
Oh well, fuck you.
I think that's a fucking show, dude.
There we go. Yeah, that's the show. If you guys enjoyed it, there's 82 of you here still. That's fucking cool.
Drop a like. Drop a like if you like it.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not drop a like? I appreciate that. And then we'll be back on probably tomorrow night. Here's the thing, guys, is like the Trump thing it's in my mind at this point, unless something major happens, I'm just kind of done talking about it. Because again, it's like, what more are we going to say? Right. But I am always looking for other things. So if there's things you guys want me to talk about, I'll link to the Discord again real quick in there.
Yeah, drop in the Discord for sure.
We'll talk about was it Queen Dany Targaryen says, I want more. Well, you know what? There's a whole bunch of other episodes that are up you could listen to if you're looking for more Boulder Talk Radio. It's such a weird thing to say. I'm not gonna lie.
What, Boulder Talk Radio?
It is such a weird fucking thing.
I like it. I actually really like it.
I mean, I like it. No, I like it too. I like it too. It's just like, it's such a weird like turn of events from like 2 years ago.
That's what makes it so amazing to me, though, is because I just like it as a name, but I also kind of like it because it has a meaning behind it. In a way, it's like you just kind of regained some fucking ground.
Yeah. Well, It's funny is I've gotten comments from people that are just like, I don't know if a talk show from Boulder, Colorado is going to have any impact on the election. I'm just like,
Boulder, Colorado.
Oh, I was actually at Costco today and they had like Boulder cleaner, right? And it's like,
that's your shit, dude.
It's like, some kind of cleaning liquid. Spray shit. I was like laughing because I think it's like the same. It's almost like the same font I used for this Boulder, for the say Boulder up here, which is the bold font. So I just thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, Boulder Talk Radio. Be back on tomorrow. Appreciate it. You guys can always listen to it on iTunes. It will be up on there. Maybe, I don't know. And if not, let's see here. Fourth here says you should do live videos so you can chop up the important bits for more views. I'll tell you this though, man. I do have a couple clips like the Vaush and the RV6 thing. I need to like format the show, and I've literally been like trying to read up about formatting the show. You know, like what do the professionals do? This is why I've been really like watching a bunch of videos on it, reading articles on it, and it's all nonsense. It's all just like, how do you talk into a microphone? I don't fucking know. You fucking talking about a microphone. Is all this like, how to be a good presenter. I'm like, I want to know the formatting aspect of it, but we'll have to wait and see. All right. Anyway, guys, I appreciate everyone calling on in. Of course, if you want to leave a voicemail, we'll play them on the show. Right? That's going to be fun.
Yeah, if you aren't able to make this shit fucking live, if you're one of the people who watches this after the fact, then fucking, call in via the fucking voicemail, leave us a message, and we'll respond to your fucking shit.
What is it? Someone fucking...
What happened?
Oh, no. I was looking on the Google Voice and apparently I had called somebody and oh my God, somebody fucking text messaged me on October 1st about fucking Faith and Ralph. Oh my God. Wow. That is an old one. That's how long it's been since I checked that shit. But anyway, voice message is right there. You guys can always call in and leave your shit. And in the meantime, you guys can find Animancer here, underhaven.org.
Underhaven.org. Yeah. Join my Discord server.
So thank you again to all the mods for your hard work. And everyone for listening.